please rise and kindly remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem by the Valley Madrigals.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Outstanding as always.
It's a crisp Friday night in Deep River, and thoughts turn to fall. The air cools, the foliage brightens, and the football intensifies. For Cromwell Portland coach Randall Bennett, his Panthers 5-1, a chance to bounce back after a disappointing loss last week. Valley Old Lyme coach Tim King sees his Warriors 6-0, flying high, and as always, ready to defend the hill. Can the Panthers prevail, or will the Warriors come out to play? We'll find out live tonight on Game Day. Casey O'Neill along with the sports doctor Keith O'Brien. And what a way to start off. How good were the Madrigals and the national anthem?
Oh, fantastic. It's homecoming here at Valley Regional, Casey. And if styles determine fights, well, Cromwell, they like to throw it. Boy, oh boy. Bryce Kerstetter, quarterback, slings the ball over the field, and defense leads the way for Tim King and the undefeated Warriors. We'll keep an eye on number 52, Ben Conrad, leading the way with 8 sacks this year for Valley.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of the ball in the air when Cromwell has it. Karstetter, he is the leader, the senior quarterback, and you're going to see a lot of talented receivers. You were looking earlier today at Nick Wright, first year playing football, and he is a star in the making, and we're going to see him right away because the Valley Warriors will kick off.
Yeah, big-time ball game tonight, Casey. Again, Cromwell coming off of a loss last week and hungry to get back on the field, and they are up for the challenge against an undefeated Warrior team.
Mr. Everything, Jason O'Brien bangs it deep, and the Panthers will have the first possession heading straight up the field now over towards the sideline, dragged down just on the other side of the 20-yard line. So the Cromwell Portland Panthers will set up shop first and 10 from their own 25-yard line, and we'll get a chance to see Bryce Karstetter.
Bryce Karstetter, Casey, again, the bread and butter of this Panther offense is the passing game. Some changes in the backfield we'll keep an eye on here as the game progresses. But listen, both these teams are ready to roll.
Yeah, we mentioned Brian Lockwood, the senior. He was their running back last year. He's back in the backfield for them this year. Switch up there, and they will look towards Nick Wright and Kevin Hinkle, both of whom are flanked out here on first down. And from the shotgun, Karstetter will operate for the Panthers. Going to throw on first down, rolls to his right, looks, throws into the flat, has a man complete. It's Killam for a first down as Devin Killam, the senior, took the pass, and it'll be a first down for Cromwell.
Yeah, easy pitch and catch there. Quarterback on a rollout. Killam just went down in the middle of that zone, sat down, caught the ball, turned it upfield. Nice gain on first down out of the chute for Cromwell.
Well, Coach King liked his secondary a lot. The defense has played remarkably well all year long, giving up fewer than 6 points a game. They will be tested tonight as Karstetter can really throw the ball, and he's a mobile quarterback as well.
It's the best team that they've seen all year long, says Coach Tim King.
Karstetter this time hands off left tackle. Now breaking a tackle and rumbling forward is Lockwood. He'll be up close to a first down. Brian Lockwood that time had very little in terms of a hole, but legs kept churning, and he got 9.
Second effort got Lockwood those 8 yards, Casey. Little north-south run that time, and a good finish at the end of the run, second down and 2. Can pretty much do anything as far as play calling. I know this is a down and distance. You like to take a shot.
Yeah, our experience is if you have a back named Lockwood, you're off to a good start. 2nd down and 1. Carstetter from the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, and now a little trap to Killam, and he'll have the 1st down. They were hoping for a big hitter. They were looking to get the defense going one direction, but Killam got the 1st down and moved the chains.
Yeah, 9 guys in the box that time for Old Lyme, though. Tough to Valley. Tough to get something cooking on the ground, but like I said, a nice little misdirection that time, and move the sticks. Back-to-back 1st downs here for Cromwell.
10:40 here in the 1st quarter. First possession of the game. The Cromwell Portland Panthers are up close to midfield. It'll be 1st and 10 with the ball at the 46-yard line.
9 guys in the box up to the line of scrimmage.
Carstetter rolls. Pressured now. Steps up. Flag on the play. Throws deep down the field, and he overthrows Killam. He was pressured on the play by Conrad. Conrad, who has number 52, has 8 sacks here in the early going. And Conrad, I believe, was held, and it'll be a penalty against Cromwell.
Definitely holding on the outside by that offensive line. Looking deep, taking a shot early. You know, a couple of run plays, trying to catch the defense, napping in the secondary. Again, Coach Timmy King likes his secondary play. He likes his corners. He likes them out there in a one-on-one situation. Hold up front. That defensive line will have to do. We've seen this time and time again in high school football, Casey. When you get 1 or 2 kids who are special on that defensive line, like a Nick Helbig or Conrad, they can wreak havoc up there.
Yeah, 8 sacks is a lot. It's a lot. It's a great season in high school football. He's got it halfway through. And you really can't expect any offensive lineman to protect for a long period of time in space against somebody as relentless and talented as Conrad. And it's going to be 2nd down and 25. Ball's now all the way back to the 30-yard line. Carstetter will operate again out of the shotgun. Has plenty of time. Steps up in the pocket. Nothing there. Rolls right. Being chased out of the pocket. Gets to the outside. Breaks a tackle and spins out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So he'll get 10 all on his own legs. Nice job by Carstetter that time. He was running for his life for much of it.
Big number 75 to Justin Baldado for Valley. Again, Casey, an ex-wrestler. Coach Timmy King calls him one of the strongest kids on the team.
Yeah, Badalot is a very strong kid, and he was rumbling in there. Also making some noise that time for Valley was Garrett Watrous. He's another one of their big defensive players, one of the leaders on tackles.
Yeah, the luxury of pressure with your front 4 is a huge deal for these high school teams.
2nd and 18 from the 37. Carstetter to throw. Little bubble screen and a tackle made immediately on the spot. It was a nice job. It went right out to Nick Wright, the senior receiver, but nothing there. And they will not even get maybe the 41-yard line, let's call it. It'll be 3rd and long. So we'll call it 3rd and 15. Ball's going to be just over the 40-yard line. We'll call it the 41. 9:40 and ticking here. First possession of the ball game. Cromwell, after getting 2 first downs, has sort of stalled here. Now we're going to have 3rd and 15, and this is where you're going to see them turn Ben Conrad loose.
Get some guys moving on that defensive line. Maybe bring some extra pressure from a linebacker. Make a play out there. Big 3rd down here for this Valley defense.
Pepe goes wide right. Carstetter, plenty of time. Deep over the middle, has his man kill him. And that'll be a 1st down over the 35 to the 33-yard line.
2 catches on this drive alone for Killam, Casey. And again, he's a bit of a tight end wide receiver that likes to sit down and get space and provides a very good target for his quarterback. A big 3rd down pickup for the Panthers.
Well, if you're going to play a soft zone, you're going to have to get pressure on the quarterback, or else that spot right there is going to be open in the middle of the zone. It is the weakness of that type of defense, and that time Carstetter had way too much time.
Man, you talk about a receiver just making himself available. That's what Killam did.
1st and 10. Cromwell, Portland, ball at the 33-yard line of Valley Old Lyme. Inside handoff goes to Lockwood. Lockwood turns the corner, puts his head down. He'll gain 3. Coming up to make the tackle was O'Brien.
Of course he did.
Well, Jason O'Brien does everything.
I like him.
Everything but play in the band at halftime. Although we have seen that this year as well.
I like the namesake, Jason O'Brien.
I'm
He's
sure
going to play
you
on
do.
my team any day of the week.
I'm sure
How's
he
that?
can. I'm sure he can. He's the sports pediatrician.
You know, Randall Bennett, the head coach, we talked to him last night about trying to find some way to jumpstart this running game. And you don't want to be just a set up to pass. He wants to get something out of it tonight. With the fellas like Lockwood in the backfield.
2nd and 4, ball at the 27-yard line. Carstetter, twin receivers left. Now he goes, rolls right, scrambling, looking, nothing there. Steps now, throws, and down low, and pass is incomplete, intended for Nick Wright, but it was down at his feet, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
A moving pocket that time, Casey. Carstetter looks good on his feet, looks comfortable, and he's also showing you the ability to tuck it and run a little bit. So a bit of a dual threat when he gets on the edge.
3rd and 4, ball to 27, 7:53 remaining here in the first quarter. And we've seen them convert so far on 3rd and long. This is 3rd and short, definitely 2-down territory as well. So you can do a lot of things here.
I'm going to get the ball in the quarterback's hand, get him on the outside, get him on the edge, let him roll out again, find a receiver, if not tuck and run for a 1st down.
Haven't called Hinkle's name. Nick Braga's been on him. There's that little trap. Killam has a hole, has a 1st down, puts his head down, and it will be just outside the 10-yard line, but it's going to be 1st and 10, Cromwell. Nice play that time. Devin Killam has been the guy so far tonight for Cromwell.
And that little 6-inch shuffle will go down as a pass in the books, too. That little inside pass, little inside trap play, as they would call it. But it is a forward pass, and Killam right now making all the plays for Cromwell. Well-designed play, Casey.
Yeah, and we talked about on a short down and distance like that, when you're in 4-down territory, your options, the menu, the play calling menu
opens
expands.
up. Yeah.
Could have done anything there. Now it's 1st and 10, ball at the 14-yard line. Time for Valley Old Lyme to dig deep, see what they got. Carstetter on 1st down, rolls right, has time. Now he steps up, plenty of time. Now he rolls back left. He's going to scramble, has room. Carstetter head dips inside, puts his head down, reaches towards the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 1-yard line. But a brilliant run by Carstetter as he went all the way to the right, then turned it back all the way to the left, and it's going to be marked at, looks like maybe the 1.5, 2-yard line.
Yeah, this Bryce Carstetter is one cool customer. Had all day long to set up shop back there looking for receivers. Nothing there. I'll tuck it. I'll run it. And I'll get you down inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal on the road, Casey. And a drive is taking over 5 minutes here to open the ball game.
Ace is wild on the scoreboard right now. 1st down and 1 to go on the 1 in the first quarter. And it is knocking on the door time for Cromwell. Carstetter, hands off. Touchdown, Brian Lockwood. First points of the game go to Cromwell, Portland. It's 6-0.
Little statement drive on the road. The opening drive of the ball game, Casey. Taking over 5.5 minutes of the first quarter, and they run down and get 6 points and converting 3 third downs on that drive.
And Coach Randall Bennett is, well, can we say that he's a passionate head coach? Because he is
out of
arms
the box.
Up. Oh, he is
He's
fired
out of the
up.
box.
Yeah, he is excited. We like that kind of enthusiasm. He and Tim King tonight, you could sense that they knew that this was going to be a big ball game.
I mean, Cromwell brought their own speaker on the sideline, too.
Yeah, they
Talk
did.
about that afterwards.
Bring your own Bluetooth. And
house music in. Let's go.
Extra point going to be attempted by Matt Pepe, the sophomore. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up. And, whoa, what a leg on the Pepe boy. Man, he kicked that one all the way to Pepe's at Mohegan Sun. 7-0 with 6:46 remaining in the first quarter.
On the road, initial drive to start the game. 5 minutes and 14 seconds consumed on the clock, Casey, and 3 third down conversions. And, Carstetter made some big plays out there. Like I said, he's one cool customer, but that's what you need when you come on the road and play a big game like this, especially coming off for a loss last week. They were chomping at the bit to get on this field tonight.
You want to put it into perspective? Right now, Cromwell has scored the second most points of any team that Valley Old Lyme has faced this year.
Yeah, isn't that something, huh? Was 10 points the most they've given up?
And other than that, 6-0.
Yeah.
So right now with
Huge.
7 points, that's the second most points they've given up on the year. So I'm sure they're not used to opening drives like that. Now we turn it over on the other side of things. Ryan Santos is going to lead them out for Valley Old Lyme, and they're going to have to respond here, and they're going to have to come right out with 6:46 remaining and their first offensive possession of the ball game. We will see 2 quarterbacks. We'll see both Santos and Jack Cox, the sophomore. Of course, Jason O'Brien, Mr. Everything, Nick Braga running the football. All will touch the ball a lot for Valley. Pepe will kick it off for Cromwell. And he stands on his own 40-yard line for the kick. High end-over-end kick. Comes down at the 5-yard line to Braga. Straight up the middle now, cuts it to the outside, looking for a hole. There it is, he splits it, and he's in the open, and there's a flag on the play. One man to beat. Braga still on his feet inside the 30, and he's down to the 20, but there's a flag down all the way back near the 20-yard line. A flag came in where we have a typical hold.
Yeah.
I think they're going to call a hold on the edge.
Well, that coaching staff is not happy with that, Casey. He split defenders, got between the two of them, and there was a hold called on the outside, like you said, a little push in the back that time. And, boy, that's too bad because Braga sprung it.
And that was a very well set up kickoff.
Set return, yes,
yeah, you
it
can
was.
see it was. They blocked it well. They got the hole that they wanted, and they were a block in the back away from a big, big play as Braga went all the way inside the 20. But now we're going to have to bring it back in the other direction. But a really well-designed kick return.
And Braga showed the speed to come all the way across the other side of the field, then turn it up.
Yeah, instead of having it 1st and 10 in the Cromwell side of things, inside their 20, now then instead they're going to be operating inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Penalties and turnovers, the two main killers in high school football.
So 1st and 10, Valley Old Lyme on their 15-yard line. 1st and 10 Warriors, and Ryan Santos will come out to lead the offense. He'll have Braga in the backfield. Eyes are always got to be on Jason O'Brien. Motion man comes across, and Santos hands the ball off, and Braga is buried. Buried by number 18. That's Jordan Flores. Flores shot the run gap and buried Braga.
A lot of athletes out there on the defensive side of the ball for the Panthers, Casey. You saw one of them right there. Just shoot the gap from his linebacking position and make the stop.
2nd and 13. Ball now at their own 12. Santos has Braga to his right. Wide splits by the offensive line. And a little misdirection, a miscommunication. Going to keep it now. Santos will keep it. He'll gain some positive yards. But he was looking to do run-pass option with Braga, and they ran into each other.
Yeah, a bit of a busted play, I guess you would say. Bad snap kind of threw the timing off from the get-go. We'll bring up 3rd down, and let's call it a long 7, a short 8 here for the Warriors.
And take a look at the offensive line of Valley Old Lyme and how wide their splits are. Wider than a lot of the lines that we see. That's indicative of that run-pass option that they want to run. They want to
create space.
That's right.
Yep. And from the looks of it early going here, Cromwell has got some athletes there, at the linebacking spot where they can kind of disrupt things up front.
3rd and 6, ball at the 19-yard line. Watrous in motion for Valley. Santos is going to throw. Pressured. Now he's going to run. Breaks a tackle. Steps up, and he crosses the 20 to the 24-yard line. He'll be down. There's a late flag coming in.
That's going to be a late hit.
That's going to be a late hit against Cromwell, and that's going to move the chains. I think Santos was right at the marker anyway, but as of now, it's going to definitely be a 1st down.
Early going in this game, and a couple times as Santos has carried the ball, it looks like Cromwell has assigned a spy to him. Wherever he steps, wherever he goes, wherever he breaks, we're going to send one of the linebackers and shoot the gap and try and stop him. You got to keep an eye on him. Yep.
Yeah, big penalty there. Personal foul. It's a late hit. That's going to be 15 yards. It's going to be the biggest offensive play for Valley at this point. And the Warriors now will have it 1st and 10 all the way up at the 37-yard line of Cromwell. The CP Panthers. Can we call them the CP Panthers?
CP Panthers, yeah. Number 21, Justin Sturgis. And number 18, Jordan Flores. Number 17, Matt Pepe. All making plays out there on the defensive end.
1st and 10, Warriors. Ball at the 37-yard line. Santos from the shotgun. Quarterback keeper, Santos, and he'll be wrestled to the ground by Cam Latronica. The sophomore will bring him down after a gain of 3. Take a look at Cromwell lineman, number 72, Brandon Lockwood. Now, he's a sophomore.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess that he is the brother of Brian Lockwood, the senior. One's a running back, and the other is the size of the shed that I have in my
He's
yard.
a big kid.
And he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, he's a big kid. Yep.
2nd and 7, Santos from the shotgun.
False start there on the outside by one of the wide receivers. Casey timing off a little bit here for Valley in the early going. couple of missed snaps, couple of botch plays in the backfield. And that time you saw the wide receiver get a little jumpy out there on the outside.
I think safe to say that Valley has not had an offensive play that they would consider to have been run correctly.
Yeah.
It's either been scrambles or broken plays. That penalty right there hurts. Going to make it 2nd and 17, which is not what you want here in the early going, down 7-0.
And I know they've only ran a half dozen plays offensively, but defensively, I think Cromwell's got some speed out there. We're going to give Valley some troubles.
Santos going to throw. Little screen, and he throws it behind O'Brien, and that'll bring up 3rd and long.
And Cromwell was flying to the football that time. They snuffed out that little bubble screen. Linebackers moved very well, Casey. Pursuit to the ball, defensive guys on the front line. Just, Latronica number 9, making plays out there.
When I asked
a lot of energy.
When I asked Randall Bennett last night, what do you need to do defensively? He said, we got to stop number 2. That was the first thing out of his mouth, which means wherever Jason O'Brien goes, they're going to have somebody with him.
Extra attention for Mr. O'Brien.
Right now it's Kevin Hinkle, the all-everything wide receiver, an all-conference wide receiver locked up with O'Brien. Santos fakes the bubble screen, hitch and go. Now he rolls, pressured by Latronica. Goes in the other direction, rolls. Now he wants his receiver to go to the middle of the field. Steps up, tries to throw, gets it over the middle, and it's intercepted off the tipped pass. Intercepted. Big turnover as Kevin Hinkle, who we said was matched up on O'Brien, corrals the tipped pass, and Cromwell has a big turnover, and the CP Panthers now will have it 1st and 10 inside Valley territory at their 41.
Yeah, it was a defensive coverage sack that time. The secondary, Casey, everything that time. Yeah, they flushed the quarterback out and made a play in the defensive backfield. Tremendous job defensively by Portland.
At the end of the day, a dropped pass should have been caught by Valley and instead intercepted by Cromwell. Kerstadt, he's going to throw now. Carstetter, pressured, and he'll be sacked. They haven't blown the whistle yet, man. They really let him go. He was still churning, but at the end of the play, Carstetter will be down for about a 7-yard sack.
Okay. Carstetter was looking deep, Casey, a little hitch and go that time downfield, and it was defended greatly. Looking for his man, Killam, number 14, going down the right side, but good defense by Valley on the outside.
Yeah, Justin Rabida that time got there and wouldn't let him go, and it's going to bring up 2nd and close to 20. Ball's going to be back now at the 48-yard line of Valley. Just under 3 minutes.
I like that play call, though, by Coach Bennett. I like that aggressive play call after the turnover. Let's take a shot. We're on the road. Let's try and pick up a big play. I'd go right back at it. Throw the ball deep here.
2nd down and 18. Carstetter has 3 receivers and is running back to his left. Gonna throw. Drops. Pressures. Now he rolls right. Steps up again, and he's going to be sacked again. This time it was Watrous that got him. Watrous came in. Interesting, they left the running back in to block Conrad, so they gave help on one side to Conrad, which left Watrous singled up on the other side.
Yeah, Watrous did his thing. It was his 9th sack in the year out there on the outside.
That's Conrad.
I'm sorry, Conrad,
They double-teamed Conrad. They left the running back in. Watrous, who is the other side of things, the pressure coming from the left side, and now it's going to be 3rd, and they're somewhere on the backside of Deep River.
People helping people out there in the defensive line.
3rd and 24. Carstetter's going to throw. Deep over the middle, and he underthrows Devin Killam, and Killam had some room. If you hit him in stride, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it'll bring up 4th down, and Cromwell Portland has to be very disappointed in that possession. They're going to have to punt it away.
Well, I think they were aggressive. The play calling was extremely aggressive. They're up 7-0. They're playing with house money. Again, the first play that possession was a little hitch and go. Quarterback had sacked, but it was just listen, after the turnover, I liked the aggressiveness. They just didn't make a play.
Pepe will punt. O'Brien and Braga back deep for Valley. They stand at their own 20-yard line. Snap is high, gathered nicely by Pepe, and off the side of his foot, not a good punt. That will go out of bounds somewhere on the other side of the 30-yard line. Let's see where the officials mark it. They're going to mark it at the 31-yard line. So right back at it, Valley with a 3-and-out, and they will hold and get the ball back with 1:39 remaining here in the first period.
Homecoming here tonight at Valley Regional High School. Casey, big crowd. The hill is full. A lot of kids, a lot of families. This is what high school football is all about. Good atmosphere here tonight.
Santos on first down for Valley Old Lyme. From their own 35-yard line. This time he gives it to Braga. Braga breaks a tackle. Braga with a first down, heads out of bounds and tackled inbounds, but after he crosses the 45-yard line, that'll be a first down of Valley Old Lyme.
Penalty flag on the play.
Yep, there is a penalty on the far sideline.
Be a face mask, maybe. I think Braga stuck his head down, trying to get an extra 10 yards there at the end. That's going to be a hold on Valley. Wow.
That's an unusual place for the hold, but right now Valley is not doing itself any favors. False start, holding, couple holding penalties has negated some big plays.
Turnover, penalties and turnovers.
Yeah, so far they're leading the game in those categories, which is not what you want to lead in. So that's going to be, ironically, it's going to bring up 1st and 11 because it's a spot foul.
Yep.
So it happened literally at the end of the run. It happened right at the first down marker.
Very
so
odd.
1st and 11 at the 35-yard line, almost like a do-over. Now Braga goes in motion. Santos wants to throw. Little bubble screen sets up to Funk. Funk has it, heads towards the outside, and he'll be wrangled at the, let's call it the 37. And that'll be a short gain on first down, maybe 3.5, 4 yards.
A fast pursuit by the Cromwell linebacking core. And those little bubble screens are, quick hitters, Case. In a play like that, it'll take a little too long to develop. Speed side to side.
2nd and 9, ball at the 37-yard line for Valley Old Lyme. Santos gives it to Braga. He slips on the turf, and he's going to get wrestled to the ground quickly as he was trying to cut back to his left, to the strong side, and it's going to be 3rd now and long as he failed to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe lost a half a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9 as we're under a minute here, 45 seconds and counting here in the first quarter.
In a big way to determine who's dictating the pace of the game, just look at the down and distance on 3rd down. 3rd and 7, 3rd and 13, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. That's a big sign that tells you that Cromwell right now is running the show out there.
Yeah, and Valley, big 3rd and long. Cromwell sending in fresh legs. Braga goes in motion again. Santos is going to throw. Deep down the sideline. Ball's lofted up, looking for O'Brien. O'Brien goes up, tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Covered really well out there by Hinkle. And a little help from Zach Sear. And that ball falls incomplete. And it will be 4th down. O'Brien did everything he could to keep that play alive, just couldn't bring it in as the ball was either underthrown or just came out of the hand of Santos a little funny, and it's going to bring 4th and 7.
Nah, Santos got whacked on that play. He was under duress. He got hit. He kind of threw the timing of the play off, and again, credit to that defensive front for Cromwell.
So Wright and Sear back to receive the punt. O'Brien will stand at his own 25-yard line, and he'll punt it away for Valley Old Lyme. And we're going to get another flag. In a delay game.
11 men on the field.
11 men on the field.
12 men on the field.
Or 14, because you're allowed to have 11.
Yeah, there's 12 men on the field.
No, you're not allowed to have 12. You are allowed to have 11.
Yeah, good. 10 men on the field.
Illegal substitution.
There you go. 14 men on the field.
Legal substitution against Cromwell. And here's the interesting part. That's going to make it 4th and 2. And if that's the case, would you go for it? On your own side of the field, 4th and 2, you're going to kick it away still. They're going to kick it away still.
I think they answered your question before you asked it.
Well, because I didn't see O'Brien going anywhere. He just walked forward 5 yards. So we'll just do it over 5 yards closer than we were a play ago.
Maybe a fake to the up man? No.
Oh, O'Brien's going to punt it. High kick. It's going to fair catch, bounces to the ground, and they'll yell poison and let that thing get inside the 20-yard line. So a nice result that time for Valley Old Lyme. And as the clock ticks down to 3.2 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Cromwell Portland will be operating inside their own 20, and we'll have the final play of the first quarter, and then we'll walk it down to the other end.
Big game here for state playoff implications, too. I mean, Valley is with 6. Cromwell is 7th in Class S.
Yep, and
So
they're
two teams looking to move up and solidify playoff positions.
A few games around the state tonight down in Eastern Connecticut that have some playoff implications. The ECC's got a few teams battling each other tonight. The NFA Fitch still has some playoff aspirations. New London, East Lyme. New London's still in it a little bit. So Carstetter to throw on first down. Little slant, beautiful catch made out there by Hinkle, and he'll have a first down on the final play of the first quarter. Nice catch, Kevin Hinkle, and we'll change sides. We're at the end of the first quarter here at Richard Blythe Field. Your score, the Cromwell Portland Panthers 7, Valley Regional nothing.
So got some of those out-of-town scores for you guys. The state cross-country championships were supposed to be on Saturday. Got moved to today. East Lyme taking the team championship in Double M. East Lyme taking the individual top 2 spots.
Wow.
With Sam Whitaker winning the race and Chris Abbey finishing in second place.
Yeah, go figure, huh?
So after his surprising championship, Chris Abbey, who credited Sam Whitaker with everything he knows about running, said we push each other. Well, Sam Whitaker responded as a champion does and got himself a state championship. Said, said Chris, you can have the ECCs.
Yeah.
I'll go after that state. Congratulations to the East Lyme cross-country team. That is a remarkable effort.
Yeah, great kids, too.
NFA leading Fitch 12-0 in the first. And East Lyme 7-6 lead over New London.
Good game.
Owen George sitting tonight.
Yep.
Jacob Commander stepping in at QB.
Wow.
They're going to run Wildcat all night.
Yeah, the bowling ball.
Direct snap. He's going to rush it more than he throws it.
That's a safe. That's a good statement right there. You went on a limb with that one.
Not much. First and 10. Cromwell Portland, ball on their own 28-yard line. After a big first down on the previous play, we switch sides here to start the second quarter. Carstetter rolls to his right, has time, dumps it inside, has his man Hinkle, and Hinkle will rumble forward to the 40-yard line, and the chains will move again. Another first down for Cromwell Portland.
Kevin Hinkle, boy, he's a human vacuum cleaner out there, Casey.
They didn't get the ball to him much in the first possession. They were operating mostly with Killam. Now you're seeing Hinkle being incorporated into the offense.
He showed you the good hands on the slant, and then he shows you the pitch and catch and the finish right there. And, again, talking about playmakers and a guy who's a step or two away from hitting a home run whenever he catches a ball. All conference, Kevin Hinkle.
Yeah, and Carstetter is tough. He can throw the ball. He's got great legs to keep plays alive. He feels comfortable rolling. Now he hands it off to Lockwood. Lockwood straight off left tackle. He'll gain about 2, and it'll bring up 2nd and 8. I can see why Carstetter causes fits for people, though, because he can throw it rolling in either direction. He's got a good arm on his arm.
Well, the coach told you last night, he said everything goes through Carstetter. So, I mean, our whole offense goes through him. And, again, he can handle the load. He's again, a very, very savvy quarterback, cool customer back there, and you got to have that.
So under 11 minutes now, Cromwell Portland with a 7-0 lead and the ball as they are 7 yards away from a first down. Ball at the 48. Valley Old Lyme looking for a defensive stop. Carstetter going to do a quick quarterback keeper. He is pressured, and he's going nowhere. He's caught in the backfield. Great job out on the defensive end by Valley Old Lyme. That's Kyle Metz, the tackle for the Warriors. And with 10:28 and ticking, it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Nice job up front by Metz.
Only a sophomore.
Holding his ground, shedding the block, and making a tackle in the backfield.
A lot of youth out there on the defensive side of things, and that's a sophomore stepping up there. That's a big play there on 2nd and make it 3rd and 10. Ball at the 40-yard line.
3rd down and 10 for the Panthers.
Dial up a little pressure here for this Warrior defense. 3rd and 10, Casey. Don't let Carstetter feel comfortable back there.
Rolling right, Carstetter. Plenty of time now, pressured. Avoids the first man, avoids the second man. Still on his feet. Crosses the first down marker and run out of bounds into Valley territory. And that'll be a first down. What an individual effort by Carstetter.
Well, they dialed up the pressure, but Carstetter stepped away from it, stuck his head down, and got 12 yards. Boy, I like this young man out there at the quarterback spot.
Yeah, I thought he was sacked 3 different times. The pressure came quick. It came from all sides. The pocket collapsed, but he was able to step through what was a non-existent hole and make 12 yards out of nothing. So now it's 1st and 10. Cromwell, Portland, ball right on the 50-yard line.
If you're there, if you're a Valley defender and you're there, you got to wrap him up because if not, it's a jailbreak out there.
Well, Coach King liked the secondary, and they're doing a great job. The pressure's getting there. Karstetter's doing it individual effort. There's that little trap play, and Killam's going to have almost 10 yards as that trap will get him down to the 41. I like that play. You get the defense going one way on the read pass option, and you trap it back going the other direction, and all you got to do is get one guard to pull, and you got yourself a nice hole.
It's almost like a double wing play there, a little inside-outside action. Again, catching the defense and the over pursuit. And Killam's got some skills too. He can catch the ball, he can run it a little bit. Shows you a little bit of everything.
Would you think it's accurate to call that an inside reverse?
Oh, 100%.
It's an inside
reverse.
100%,
yeah.
Yeah, it's an inside reverse.
Misdirection,
trap.
reverse,
yeah, inside reverse, little trap.
Well-designed play.
Yeah, 2nd and 1, danger zone here because you could do anything. Karstetter going to hand it off to Lockwood. He's going to have a first down and churning those legs. He'll get up to about the 35-yard line, and it'll be a first down for the Cromwell Portland Panthers.
Well, I think Coach Bennett will take that from his running game, too. I mean, he talked about making a switch, trying to jumpstart it. 2nd and 1. I'll get you 6, Coach, says Lockwood.
I think
tough run.
They went away from Lockwood, who's a big bruising back, and they went to a quicker run game and try to get more athletes on the field. It just wasn't clicking.
Yeah.
I think they'll take for how well they throw it, and for how well Karstetter runs it. They'll take the 3 and 4 yards at a time.
And establish a little bit of toughness up front too.
Lockwood stands to Karstetter's right. In motion, Killam. Karstetter to throw. Little bubble screen. He goes to Hinkle. Hinkle receives the pass, makes the catch, crosses the 30, and he'll be short of the first down, but a nice gain on first down for Cromwell Portland. And right now, Valley is in that position where not only are they just slowly bleeding right now, I mean, the clock is tick, 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 tick. Cromwell's eating up a lot of time.
Yeah, the opening drive was 5 minutes and 14 seconds, and to start the second quarter, we're looking at the same type of drive, Casey. They've had the ball for 4 minutes and change.
And they're going to get it to start the second half.
Yeah.
So, right now, Valley Lyme needs to
spread offense, but ball control.
Yeah, they need to make a stop here. 2nd and 5, ball at the 30-yard line. Karstetter from the shotgun. The quarterback keeper straight up the middle. Karstetter right at the marker. He'll go down. Looking where the spot is, it looks like he's going to be right at the marker. I wouldn't be surprised to see him move the chains.
Be just short. 3rd in a chain length.
3rd in a chain
length. Good are your
length.
glasses? How good your vision?
I mean, it is there. Where I see it right now, it's a first down, and there we go. The referee just gives me the signal.
I mean, would it be safe to say too that any play right now is at the disposal of Coach Bennett? He can call anything right now. He can call a pass. He can call a run. Trust in his quarterback.
I mean, it's Karstetter's ability to do multiple things. I mean, I don't think they're concerned about Lockwood. He's a 3-4 yard guy. They're doing a good job on the receivers. They're crashing the ends. They're just not able to have. And they've sacked Karstetter a few times.
Yeah.
But he's just an elusive guy, and he's able to keep plays. And he doesn't look to just run the ball. He eludes pressure, and he looks to throw the ball downfield. 1st and 10, Cromwell, 7 minutes remaining. Karstetter, there's that little inside reverse to Watchers. To Killam, rather. Killam breaks a tackle, heads inside the 10-yard line, and Devin Killam is going to be inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal, Cromwell.
Killam showed you a little stop and go at the line of scrimmage. A little Barry Sanders move. Sticks his head down and finishes the run. I tell you, I'm impressed with this kid, Killam, Casey. He can make some plays out there. He can catch the ball. He can run the ball. And he's got something working on that left side. Credit to the left side of the offensive line for the Panthers. Well, stop and go.
Well, you said, it all runs through Karstetter. Well, it certainly does. You get Lockwood going inside, and then you go reverse, a little inside reverse with Killam, and you got the Karstetter who can throw it and run it. It's a very dangerous Cromwell Portland team. They've put up a lot of points this year. First down, little inside slant pressure was put on Karstetter. He was hit really quickly by Conrad, and Conrad, great sportsmanship, helps Karstetter up and checks his face mask. I think he had a big thing of turf.
Yeah, well, natural grass down here. One of the very few places left in high school sports that have grass.
It'll be 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. As 6:40 remaining here in the first half. 7-0. Cromwell Portland on top of Valley Old Lyme. Nick Wright, single set to the left. Twin receivers right. Karstetter rolls right. Going to keep it himself. Heads towards the end zone. Puts his head down. Dives, and he'll be just short. Be about a yard short. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 1.
Now you talk about, time-consuming scoring drives. Their first one was just over, 5 minutes and 14 seconds. This one is pushing 6 minutes right now, Casey. So, a lot of time being chewed up on these drives as we have an injured Old Lyme Valley player down on the field.
Well, take a second to talk about halftime coming up in about 6.5 minutes. The sports doctor, you're going to take half of our halftime.
I will. I'm going to talk to Jeff Swan, the AD here at Valley Regional High School. We could talk about, the football team and the basketball team. Head coach Kevin Woods, the assistant down there in the sidelines, and a lot of good things happen here and how they are able to create such a good atmosphere on the hill.
And then I'll spend the second part of halftime talking with Coach Queen. That's Ginny King, the wife of Valley head football coach Tim King, and we're going to talk a little Zumba. A little Go Pink fundraiser here tonight, Middlesex Hospital in the fight against cancer. And of course, Cancer Awareness Month in the month of October. So that's our halftime. Stay tuned for that as we're 6.5 minutes away.
Talk a little Red Sox, World Series baseball as well. Have you ever done Zumba before?
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
Come on.
I have.
You've been to a Zumba class.
I have.
All right.
Well,
No.
Haven't you?
I've been to one.
Well, there you go.
I've been to one.
Well, here's the problem. I say that with I have no issue saying that proudly.
Yeah.
Yes, I have gone to a Zumba class. You act like I asked you if you defrauded the government on your taxes. It's
No, I've been to a Zumba class.
there you go. Say it with a little bit of enthusiasm.
Peter, you've been to a Zumba class? Our producer, Peter Wappy. Have you been?
I have been in a work capacity. I have not been as a participant.
Oh, so you videotaped the Zumba class. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I think I did a story or something like that.
So you did not partake?
I didn't.
I'm going to have to say
cop
that
out.
that does not count then.
No,
as
that does
having
not count
taken
at
a
all.
Zumba
I
class.
said you did
No,
not partake.
I've been to a Zumba class.
All right.
I have not taken one.
All right.
I should chip in $1 and run down on the field at halftime.
I think you.
Yeah.
I think you should. Matter of fact, I will tell you what. I'll give you $5 if you go down at halftime and do the Zumba. Let me see. Let me see.
You're loaded. Look at all that money you got. 20. You got $20. You're a married man. You got 20s in your wallet.
I do.
Yeah.
I will give you $3 crisp dollars if you go down at halftime and run with.
I
Zumba.
will listen. We've both been down on the field. We've both been down the hill. We had a hard time getting back up.
Yeah. By the way, Zumba's nothing on the walk back up the hill.
Yeah.
Put that to music.
Number 76 being helped off.
And we're gonna be able to.
Coming off the field. Everyone give Valley and Panthers
Ben
give that
Falavini,
please.
number 76, senior.
Yeah, one of the important members of that line. He is a starter on both offense and defense. Is Ben Falavini. So big loss. We'll see what happens with that.
Big
It'll
third
be-
down play here,
Yep,
Casey.
3rd and 1 from the 1. 3rd and goal. 6:19 remaining here. Cromwell looking to go in, and we're going to have a timeout.
The Valley timeout.
So Valley called a timeout.
Saw the formation. Want to talk things over.
Timeout.
Dial up a little defense there. Timmy King, very excited before the game. Both coaches were. Coach Randall Bennett. Cromwell brought their own house system, their own big speaker over there, and they wanted to try and make this as comfortable as their players as they possibly could. Our own system, our own music, our own style. And Coach Bennett said before the game, he says, you don't need a big speech to get up for this one.
No, we have different styles of coaches that we've done. You've got your Jason Bakulis, Johnny Burns style, which is the chattering, upbeat, inspirational. You've got your thoughtful. I'd say Tim King is more in the Mike Ellis school.
Rudy Bagos.
Yes, Rudy Bagos,
Yeah,
more of a,
yeah.
kind of a thoughtful.
Yeah.
But so that they're very intense, but different styles.
A different way of showing intensity.
Yeah, I'd say Randall Bennett falls on the preacher side of
Johnny
things
Burns,
more than the philosopher
Yes.
side of things. So here we go, 3rd and goal from the 1, and now a flag. So we went injury, penalty, flag.
Timeout.
Yep, that's right. Injury, timeout, illegal substitution. So they had 12 on the field. So basically, this 3rd and goal play has taken almost half as much time as the quarter has taken because it's been 10 minutes for us before try to run one play. Now, what do you want to bet that on this play he scores? Because it's been 10 minutes before he can run this play.
I would say it's a safe bet. I'm not a gambling man.
No.
I've made a wager or two in my day, but I'm not a gambling man.
I'll bet you that's wrong. One chance here at it. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1. Carstetter. There's that little inside trap. Touchdown, Lockwood. Brian Lockwood with his 2nd touchdown of the game puts Cromwell on top, 13-0.
And again, I think Cromwell has found something on that left side of the offensive line, Casey. They've been making holes all game long, and that time Lockwood walked into the end zone untouched. Big score. And another time-consuming drive, Casey. 6.5 minutes on that scoring drive unofficially.
Going to be Pepe on for the extra point for Cromwell and Portland. And an opportunity to extend the lead. High snap, got the hold down, and the kick. Man, Pepe has a leg on him. It is up, and it is good. So 14-0. Now you take a look at Cromwell this year. They put up 35 on Rockville. They put up 28 on North Branford. They put up 55 on Lewis Mills, 47 on HK. They put up 13 against a good Coggins defense. And then 35, they put up 20 in a loss last week. You can see if the drives are like this, where they're also giving up a lot of points. This has got to be a different style for them to take up this much time, because the scores are not indicative of this style of play.
Part of the game plan, I think, for Coach Bennett and his team, and the 2 scoring drives have gone over 12 minutes. So think about that. I mean, they've consumed a lot of clock, and the time of possession, they own it right now in this ball game. And the number of plays, the volume of plays that they've run compared to Valley has been, I would say, 5-1. I'll have to go, look at the plays. But again, I think they're happy with this. I think coming in here on the road, and they're controlling tempo, because they're not scoring 50 points.
That's right.
Doesn't mean they're not controlling it. But I like this. It's a good game plan.
The Valley defense has given up 6, 0, 10, and 6, 14 here in the first half with 6 minutes remaining. And quite honestly, not really doing a lot to slow Cromwell down. Cromwell's moving the ball.
Yeah, Cromwell's best defense may be their offense, too.
That's true. So Pepe will kick it for Cromwell from his own 40, and it's a little onside kick. It's going to go out of bounds, and that'll be a break there as the ball went straight out of bounds. It didn't get the bounce that he was hoping for.
A line drive, a little worm burner there. You been to Pepe's in Worcester Street in New Haven?
A few times. Sally's, Pepe's.
The Annex.
I was a modern fan back before modern took its rightful place as pizza elite in New Haven.
How would you rate the Pepe's on Worcester Street versus the one at the Mohegan Sun?
Worcester Street's better because of the oven and because of the water.
All right, the water.
That's because the dough is impacted directly by the water.
Okay.
And so that's what separates a lot of people in the bread world is what water they use. That's why Brooklyn for years had the best dough, because Brooklyn had a great system of water.
Big Pepe's fan.
Absolutely, you should be. Braga goes in motion now. Santos on first down, quarterback keeper straight up the middle, and he has a hole as he crosses midfield. Good gain on first down.
Ball's out.
Ball's loose. Cromwell says they've got it. Cromwell, Portland, did the officials blow the whistle, or is it going to be their ball? They definitely got it. The officials are huddling. I think they're going to say he was down, and they do. They're going to say he was down. That's a break there for Valley, as that ball was out and Cromwell had it, but instead it'll be 2nd and 5.
Coach Bennett wants to see the replay of that one. I don't blame you, big fella.
Well, he and the rest of you can watch that replay pretty soon on the Wired Zone replay of tonight's broadcast. We can find out if that ball came out. We might have an angle on that.
All of the Cromwell players were signaling it's our ball. Of course they would, though.
Well, they did recover it. It just was after the whistle. Santos from the shotgun. Braga goes in motion to the left now. Wants to throw. Hitch and go. Over the middle. Finds O'Brien for first down.
I like that play call. Get O'Brien in a little bit of space, a little hitch and go. He had Braga on the outside in the wheel route, and O'Brien running down the middle of the field. Casey on a little quick slant. Good throw. Santos, his best throw of the ball game.
Yeah, get your athletes involved. Braga going out that way helps them determine if it's man or zone.
Yeah.
And that's a good way to flank them out that way. That helps them understand the coverage. And then O'Brien, put the ball anywhere near his hands.
Yeah, he's going to catch it.
And that kid's got great hands.
And Braga was open, too. Braga had 2 different options on that play. Decided to go to his playmaker in O'Brien. I like that. Playmaker O'Brien.
1st and 10, ball inside the 40. Well, we're glad we found one. Santos. Going to throw it again. Little screen. It goes. O'Brien trying to weave through open space, and he ducks down as he crosses the 30-yard line, and that'll be a gain of, let's call it 9. It'll be 2nd and a yard coming up here as a little urgency on this drive for Valley Old Lyme.
A little faster pace, a little tempo, quick tempo, and again, it's not hard to see why Randall Bennett is concerned about O'Brien.
Now 2nd and 2.
And he's down here, and then Hinkle's going to come out and pick him up on 2nd and 2. Santos from the shotgun. Braga stands to his right. Handoff this time goes to Braga. Braga, one man to beat, gets to the edge, heads down the sideline, and knocked out of bounds. He's banged out of bounds by Hinkle, but it'll be 1st and goal Warriors.
Yeah, great job on the RPO that time by Santos, feeding the belly of Braga. Took it to the outside, Casey. Good finish on the run. Braga's best run of the ball game. Valley Regional in business, trying to answer that score by Cromwell.
Yeah, Braga's got good speed. He got to the edge, brought it up the sidelines, and a big hit on the outside by Hinkle to knock him out of bounds. But it'll be 1st and goal from the 5 as Valley Old Lyme looking to respond down 14-0.
Pistol formation here.
Santos,
with
handoff, and heading, diving, pushing is Jalen Arnhem. And Arnhem is going to be inside the 5. We'll call him at the 3. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Yeah, straight power football that time out of the pistol formation. Arnhem just a little bit short of the goal line that time. And again, that's power football out of the wide stances by the offensive lineman for Valley.
Ball's on the 3, 2nd and goal. Santos is going to have Arnhem in the backfield with him again. They'll run full house, little pistol formation. Now Santos. Nope, we got a false start. Arnhem jumped, and that is just a crucial mistake by young Jalen Arnhem, as that's going to back him up 5 yards.
Looks like some confusion on the play or on the play call that time again by Valley. Timmy King not happy with that. Threw his arms up as soon as that play went dead. Again, awfully hard to go from, 2nd and goal from the 5. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 9, 8.
They'll send O'Brien wide right. Hinkle will go pick him up. Battle of 2 great athletes out there on the outside. Santos wants to throw, wants O'Brien. Throws it to his outside. Diving in off the fingertips of O'Brien. Santos put it to the outside in between the pylons toward the sideline. Put it in where only O'Brien could catch it, but it was just out of reach.
Yeah, I like the play call. I like the throw. I like the matchup out there. I like O'Brien on the edge. Just missed his guy. That was a one-man route, Casey, from the get-go.
Yep, block it and give O'Brien opportunity to get open. As good as Hinkle is, and Hinkle's playing him well, O'Brien's going to win that most times.
That ball was thrown perfectly where only he could make a play on it.
3rd and goal from the 8. Santos. No, it's a direct snap to Braga. Braga's going to roll right. Braga cuts it up inside, and he'll be short of the 1st down. Excuse me, over the goal line, I should say. And that'll bring up a 4th and goal. That was a direct snap to Braga that time. And he just went off tackle right. That's old school football right there. Direct snap to the back. But he will not get there, and it's going to be 4th and goal from the 5.
It wouldn't surprise me if Valley Regional called timeout here, talked about it, and then went for it on 4th down. I think that's what they're going to do. Play call coming in here is very, very slow.
Yeah, 2:35 and counting. It does look like they're going to call a timeout. And they're going to let the clock run down. So if they have
Let's see 5 on the play clock. As soon as that, back judge puts up 5 seconds, they'll play. There you go. They call timeout. I'd like to see a play clock on the field for high school football. Wouldn't you like to see that?
I would.
Would you rather see a play clock in the field for high school football or a shot clock for high school basketball?
Not even close.
Shot clock.
Shot clock.
Shot
It's not
clock.
even close. It's
Yeah, no,
not
I mean,
even
listen,
close.
they're both clocks.
It's not even close.
I mean, everybody here in the game day staff wants to see a shot clock. While we're on this subject, what is the shot clock for high school basketball? 35 seconds?
40.
40 seconds?
Yeah.
Peter, you? 40 seconds, 35, 30, 24?
Something.
Something.
Anything.
Anything. So 40 seconds.
The reason I say 40 seconds is, as you know, I've been on the other side of this for a while. For the last few years, I've been anti-shot clock.
Right.
Because I believe that in high school, you got to give teams who want to be methodical and slow it down an opportunity to compete against. You got to give a team like Stonington an opportunity to compete with Ledyard and New London
Waterford.
if they want to be deliberate.
Yes.
But that being said, I can't watch 6-2 at the end of the first quarter because the team's not looking to score.
I
There's a
understand it.
difference.
So
That's a
40
difference.
seconds. You have to agree with
Yeah.
I mean, how much basketball have we seen in the last few years, though, the teams kind of pack it in a little bit? Not a lot.
Well, no,
But it would change the style of play.
yeah, well, you can be deliberate, but you have to get the shot off. There's some teams that we've seen that aren't trying to score.
Big
We've seen
play,
it in
yeah.
the girls' side of things more than the boys. 4th and goal. Santos throws, pressured, lobs it, has a man, and it's incomplete. Short of Arnhem. No flag. Turnover on downs. Big stand by Cromwell.
Cromwell comes up, aces Casey down on the goal line as Valley tries to roll the dice on 4th down. Pass just fell a little bit short. Santos, a little jump pass on that play that time. Big play by the Cromwell defense.
Yeah, they pressured them, but now they got to get out of their own end because they're on their own 5-yard line with 2:16 remaining. You know, Valley is going to be looking to make something happen. This is where Conrad and Watrous are going to be looking for Karstetter.
This is where you trust Karstetter not to hurt the team down here.
Yep, no mistakes from your senior quarterback. Karstetter from the shotgun. Hard count. Going to keep it himself. Heads off the left side. And not much there. Gets a little bit of breathing room. Brings it out close to the 10-yard line. We'll call it a gain of maybe 3.5. And it'll bring up 2nd down. 2:04 remaining here. One thing, Valley doesn't have timeouts to stop the clock.
No.
So they're going to basically just try to hold.
You know, and I think Cromwell is pretty, pretty happy with maybe picking up a 1st down, running the clock out and taking the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Valley's very disappointed to be down 14-0.
Yeah.
Cromwell is very happy to be up 14-0, and I think you're going to see both teams sort of play it to the 14-0 halftime score. 2nd and 6. There's that little inside reverse to kill him. And nice job of pursuit that time. Flag on the play. And that's going to be a hold. And that's very interesting because that hold will move the ball halfway back, which means that it's going to be 2nd down from the 3-yard line, or from the 4-yard line, rather, and that is going to be dangerous territory for Cromwell.
Again, with no timeouts left for Valley. Is that correct? Or one timeout?
One timeout.
One timeout. They called a timeout down here after the injured player and then had 12 men on the field.
Yeah.
And then called a timeout down here on the 4th and goal.
4th down.
Yeah.
So they're going to decline the penalty, and it's going to bring up 3rd and
7.
call it 7.
Do you like that long 7, long 6, short 7?
I like the long. I like
The long 6.
I like long 6.
Short 7?
Yeah, it's short 7 makes you feel like you're in good shape. I want long 6.
Long 6.
I'm a pessimist.
All
You
right.
Cold winters. So it'll be 3rd and 8, 3rd and 6.
3rd and a long
and
6.
4.
3rd and
Alright.
a long 6, short 7.
3rd and a short 24.
What's the difference? Is there?
And we're going to get a timeout.
I'll tell you somebody who's not short. You're not short with all that money you got in your pocket.
I have
You have a
that's
stack of 20s. And
well, yeah, well, you
3s
didn't
and
realize that's my
5s.
money. That's my allowance for the month.
Well, it's the end of the month. If you're down at 26, you're actually doing pretty good.
I'm
So
trying,
you have $83 left at the end of the month, and usually, that's not bad.
trying to get Peter Wapke to get out in Zumba. So
Peter, do you have more money in your pocket than Casey does at the moment?
I doubt it.
All right, there you go.
I got some scores.
Let's hear them.
all right.
ECC boys soccer quarterfinals today. A sweep by the high seeds in both D1 and D2.
Yeah.
Stonington, number 1, 3-0 over Fitch.
Paul de Castro.
They'll face Woodstock, a 1-0 overtime winner over Bacon.
Ooh.
East Lyme, 4-0 over NFA.
Uh-huh.
Number 2 East Lyme will face number 3 Ledyard.
Yep.
2-0 win over Waterford.
Rematch of that great game.
And then in D2, Lyman, Montville, Wyndham, and Wheeler all taking the wins. Plainfield, the only losing team to score a goal.
Wow.
Wheeler Lions have won a state championship in '88 soccer.
Killingly playing Griswold, 24-0. Killingly leading.
All right. I like all the scores. Peter's on fire today.
Yeah, he's
3rd and 5. Karstetter going to throw. Slant pattern. Under the throws his man Hinkle. And that's going to bring up 4th down. And I'll tell you what. Valley's not going to have a lot of time.
Well,
but they're going to get the ball in exceptional field position.
Yeah, midfield. I mean, I'd probably sell out for the block here. Why not?
I think they're going to get it in better field position than that. I really do. I mean, it's cold night, stand on your old goal line. He's not going to kick it 50 yards in the air.
I like 10 guys in the line of scrimmage with your ears back. Pin him back. Let's go try and block this thing.
Well, we're going to find out which one of us is right. They're going to send Jalen Arnhem back to the 50-yard line with a chance to make up for that bad penalty that he had down on the goal line. Here's his opportunity. High snap. Pepe, they're coming for it. They don't get there. Low line drive, bounces, takes a bounce, and Arnhem picks it up, spins, still on his feet, cuts it back inside, still on his feet again, and dragged to the ground. He'll be at the 40-yard line of Cromwell. So Valley with 41 seconds, and they're at the 40-yard line of Cromwell.
Yeah, Valley brought the house. It sold out on the punt block, and Arnhem had to make that move all on his own, Casey. I like both ends. I like the block attempt. They almost got it. And then Arnhem again, sticking his head down and getting 10 yards all on his own.
A lot of poise for Pepe, the sophomore kicker for Cromwell, because it's a high snap, and everyone's coming for it.
It was jailbreak. They brought the house.
Good kick. So 1st and 10, ball's right on the 40-yard line of Cromwell, Portland. We'll see what Santos can do with 41 seconds remaining in the half.
Deep safeties now for Cromwell.
Straight drop. Pressure. They wanted to set up a screen, and he's going to get a flag for grounding.
I was going to be roughing the passer, I think. He had Braga here at number 1 at midfield, and I think that's going to be roughing the passer.
And now how is he not getting called for grounding when he threw it, didn't make it past the line of scrimmage, and not outside the pocket?
See Braga right here at number 1?
Yeah.
That's the guy. He was roughing the passer. It's exactly what the call is.
I am shocked that he didn't get the grounding call in addition, though. Who was the nearest receiver?
Braga.
I don't think he was.
Braga was in the middle. He was trying to set up the screen for him. Number 1 was right there.
He must have blended in with all the other jerseys. I didn't see him. 37 seconds remaining.
No, Braga was standing right at the V.
Well, that's a huge penalty, roughing the passer. That's going to bring the ball all the way to the 25-yard
line. That's correct.
Which means, by the way, they're also going to get within field goal range here soon because O'Brien can bang a field goal from 35 yards.
O'Brien can do it all. Don't you know that?
He can. He can probably deliver packages if we
asked him to.
Does he have a license?
He does not need a CDL. I know that. He's got a license. He's good.
The question is, does he go left enough times? Does he stop too much?
Does he back up?
36.8 seconds remaining. 14-0. Cromwell, Portland on top.
That's a big penalty right there, Casey. And now you start to seriously think about scoring chances with just under 37 seconds left.
And Cromwell, who really thought they were going to cruise into halftime 14-0. What a heartbreak it would be if Valley was able to punch in a score here right before the half. 37 seconds. Santos is in the shotgun, and we're going to get a timeout from Cromwell.
I think it's safe to say, look at Randall Bennett out there, working officials. He's calling for the intentional grounding. He is still on the white hat out there. He wants an explanation. I think he agrees with you. He's like, where was the receiver? All this timeout is for Bennett to give the white hat an earful.
He's got to be careful, though, because the one thing you can't have is
another 15 yards.
Put him right down, knocking on the door. So
it was demonstrative over there.
Did you have a good time doing the cross country that day?
I did. You know what? I was. It was cold.
It was cold.
You know what's the fun thing about it is seeing different athletes. We've seen so many different sports on game day. First of all, the kids are out of breath. Yeah. It's tough to talk to them at the end. But I thought it was exhilarating. The parents get fired up for that, too. My God.
I'll tell you, every time we've done a new sport for a community we haven't done before, cheerleading, cross-country, I'm so pleased that we've done it because you're right, a whole different world. Looking forward to wrestling this year, bringing in new domains into game day. Those kids were awesome. Santos now, pressured, throws over the middle, has a man, and it's dropped. Dropped right.
Braga.
Had him at the 15, and it was dropped. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 10, but Braga had it right in his hands, maybe turned to run before he had the ball.
Yeah, perfect play call that time for Valley. Braga snuck out of the backfield, and when that ball was in stride, delivers on the numbers by Santos. Braga wants that one back. Back to the cross country. Anytime I'm on a golf course, I feel comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful job. Norwich had that place.
Great.
Beautiful shape.
Tough course, a lot of hills.
And you know what? The kids and the parents really appreciated an opportunity to get some coverage for a sport that doesn't see a lot of it.
Sure.
So, 2nd and 10. Santos steps up. Now pressured. Rolls right. Gonna tuck it. Heads to the sideline. Needs a block. Doesn't get it. And did he get out of bounds? Being a 24 seconds, he's going to be short of the first. It's going to bring up 3rd down and maybe 5. Call it 4. 3rd and 4.
Pressure came from the outside that time, Casey, and give Braga credit that time from his running back position. Step it up, make it a block to spring Santos. So Braga trying to make up for the drop, throws a block for his quarterback. Quarterback scrambles for 7 yards. I like this kid, Nick Braga. He's a tough football player.
3rd and 4, 24 seconds remaining. Santos stands on his 25, and he's going to throw. Plenty of time. Out in the flat, throws it up high. Caught by Arnhem. Well short of the first down, and he's in bounds. He would have been better served letting it go, and they're going to have to call their final timeout, and they do. They'll have one last chance. Now, if they get a first down, they can get up and spike it, but it's 14 and a half seconds remaining here in the half.
Yeah, that's a tough pass to make there. That out pattern and the outside there to the wide receiver. That ball traveled, 25 yards in the air for 2-yard pickup?
Yeah, the kid's better off letting it go, but you can't because you don't know who's behind you. You don't know what's going to happen. So
Arnhem just wants to make a play. I understand that, but that is a huge. I mean, it's a 25-yard pass, and they got 1 yard out of it.
14 and a half seconds remaining. The score 14 for Cromwell Portland, nothing for Valley Regional Old Lyme, but they have an opportunity here to get a first down and try to maybe punch one in.
They had their chances here in the late going here in the first half.
I think they're probably right on the edge of O'Brien's range. It would be a 37-yard field goal. That might be just on the edge of it.
I could see O'Brien kicking this from about 50.
No wind to speak of. Valley, of course, no stranger to great field goal kickers.
Garrett Burdick a few years ago, is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah.
For another Mr. All Everything here at Valley Old Lyme. Of course, he of the game-winning field goal for New London when they beat Middletown or Glastonbury. And now 4th and 6. Braga goes in motion. Santos is going to throw. Has time. Now pressured. Steps up. He'll have a first down. Gets a block. Santos inside the 3. Ball's loose. And it's going to be recovered by Valley Old Lyme in the end zone.
Valley saying touchdown down there in the corner.
The officials are trying to determine if it went out the back line or not. Touchdown, Warriors!
Look at Santos doing a work with his feet that time, Casey. I'm not too sure who recovered that, but 6 points for Valley.
Well, why do you have to ask who recovered it? O'Brien.
O'Brien, he's my man. My man. Just what the doctor ordered for the Warriors down there, Casey. And again, you're going to go back to that roughing the passer penalty, which set up shop for them from the 50 to the 35-yard line.
3.5 seconds remaining, and just what the doctor ordered for the Warriors. A great job by Santos to get down close. He went for the end zone. Ball popped out, and the Warriors recover in the end zone. Snap. Kick is blocked. Well, why not? We haven't seen that yet.
I think the last time we saw a block kick that went safety punt through the end zone with Nick Helbig from Fitch.
We have seen some unusual things here in game day this year, and we should not be surprised that that was blocked. But with 3.5 seconds remaining, I feel safe that we should go into halftime with a 14-6 Cromwell lead.
Yeah, I'm going to credit, Old Lyme defense there for making the hold, forcing the punt from Cromwell. And again, you talk about, penalties and turnovers. Whether you agreed with it or not, that was a big penalty on the roughing the passer, and it gave them 15 yards, and it gave them life.
So 3.5 seconds remaining. We'll go into halftime. We'll set up shop. Now Cromwell's going to get the ball.
Different feel, would you think, coming out of the locker room up 14-0 versus up 14-6?
Yeah, it's a big difference. It's a very, very big difference. Valley Old Lyme's going to get the ball to start the
second half. Yes.
That's right. So right now you got a chance to come back out. You could tie this game up.
Yeah. Cromwell took the opening kickoff and went right down the field. 5 minutes and 14 seconds.
Interesting. O'Brien kicks off but doesn't kick extra points.
Can't do it all. We can't expect it to do it all, can we?
I do expect he's an O'Brien. He'll kick the low banging kick. It's off of a defender, and it's good. I think Valley was going to recover it. The clock's going to have run out.
Yeah.
But O'Brien just banged it off the helmet of a Cromwell up man.
Yeah.
But that's going to be the halftime. Your score: Cromwell Portland 14, Valley Old Lyme 6. We're at halftime here at Valley Regional. It's time for the sports doctor to do a little house call as you're going to be waiting for your guest.
Yeah, we'll get Jeff Swan in here in a few minutes. We'll see if he's outside, and we'll have one of the guys throw him in here. While I've got you, Casey, want to talk a little I'll talk a little World Series baseball. Why not? While I got you. I mean, it's 2-0 right now. You've got some good pitching efforts, and there's Jeff Swan right there. So let's bring in Jeff. Let's do the AD. We'll do a little Zumba, and then you and I can talk a little World Series. What do you say?
Sounds good.
All right, here he is. He is Valley Regional AD Jeff Swan. He's going to come in here, grab the headset here. A big deal tonight. It's homecoming. There's a full crowd here on hand, and we'll get him in here and we'll talk a little Valley Regional sports. Coach, I mean, I call you coach because you look like Kevin Woods a little bit. But, I mean, here's the thing, Jeff. I mean, Kevin's beard is a lot more grizzly than yours. I mean, is that allowed?
Oh, yeah.
Will he clean that up for basketball season?
Yeah, he will. Yeah,
Knowing the coach like I do?
yeah, he'll clean it up during basketball season. You know, they wear suits and everything else during basketball. So.
Shirts and ties and everything.
Yep.
Hey, Jeff, you got a very special night here. This is homecoming. You've got a full crowd here. Nothing out of the ordinary because you get a full crowd every game. You know, how in the last, say 10, 15 years have you guys created this atmosphere for Friday Night Football?
Well, I mean, it all starts with the coaching staff. We have a great coaching staff here, and we're very supportive. We're always in the community doing fundraisers and helping out, like the Lions Club and stuff. And it's just like we believe in family here.
Yep.
It's like a huge family event. Everyone knows everyone else, and they want to come out to football and see this team succeed. And it really starts with the coaches. I mean, the coaches do such a great job. They're like father figures to all the kids on this team. So,
and also, too, the rumor has it you have the best cheeseburgers in this half of the side of the river here. It's a great concession stand, too. I mean, I'm going to have a cheeseburger at halftime, and I'm going to buy my producer, Peter Wappy, one, too. But you guys do a tremendous job. And you said a lot about Timmy King and some of the coaches. And, Kevin Woods, who's on now with the defensive guy over here. But he's also the basketball coach. But there's a lot more than just, football and basketball going on here at Valley.
Oh, we have right now we have an excellent soccer program. Our boys and girls soccer program and our field hockey program is unbelievable this year. They have one of the best records right now. I'm just surrounded by good coaches, and most of them are teachers.
In a small school, in a small community like this, is that important?
Oh, yeah.
Getting everybody to buy in.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm an educator myself. I've been a teacher for 25 years, and I just feel teachers bring a lot to this. To this. Okay, so I love having teachers, especially in district. This football team, this football staff right now is made up of all educators, either at Valley or Old Saybrook or in the district. So they're all teachers.
Yeah. Now, when you're co-op with Old Lyme.
Yes, we are.
How does that work? Because one town is on one side of the river, the other town's on the other side of the river. Is that logistically and regionally and geographically challenging at times?
No. Well, I'm going to give a shout-out for the AD over Old Lyme, Hildy Heck. I mean, she's awesome. No, we work out some good things. She provides all the transportation over for all her kids. I provide the transportation to all the games. We switch off and on. She helps out with our swimming co-op and fencing. We do a fencing co-op. It's a great partnership.
Do you need that for this football team? Do you need that partnership?
Yes, I do.
For the numbers?
Yeah, I do. I mean, without having Old Lyme, neither school would have an effective program. They would just not have the numbers.
Same on the other side, too, when you have Cromwell and Portland.
Yep.
I mean, it happens like that sometimes when some of the numbers are down a little bit. And I've seen some of the schools, and especially with Ledyard, in southeastern Connecticut, their football program is down a little bit. Probably have to do with their numbers. So when you're in a small community like this, it's probably important.
Yeah, it is, and again, it's the coaches. I can't explain it that anything more than this. Kids in this region want to play football. They want to come out, and it's just because of the tradition we have here and the family atmosphere. And I'll tell you what, it's enjoyable. I love watching little kids come out here and just want to play on that field. They just want to play on that field someday.
Yeah, that's something because no matter where we go, if we're at Fitch, if we're at New London, the youth football programs, they see the older guys.
Mhm.
And they you know what, someday they think like, well, geez, that could be me.
Mhm.
And I guess how they're treated by the high school players and the coaching staff leaves a lasting mark and an
Yes,
impression.
it does. Yeah, it does. I mean, we totally invite them with open arms. I know that we do some clinics and stuff. And like I said, the coaching staff, they're well known, and they reach out to the community, and the community responds back by coming to these games. I mean, I'm going to say there's not really a night that it's dead here. I mean,
And there's not a night that's dead. Doesn't
No.
matter who you're playing.
No.
Everybody's coming out. Everybody's here. I mean, again, this is what high school sports to me is all about too.
Oh, I agree with you. I'm from Vermont, and it's the cold nights and stuff like that. Like the snow and everything. And but I like this school. I mean, like I said, I'm from Vermont. I've been here for about half of my life here, and I'm going to retire here for teaching because I love this. I just love this athletic program. I love the kids, and it's just great here.
Now, I've had a chance to get to know Kevin Woods a little bit, through his association with the summer leagues and the rec
Yep.
leagues, and he is one of those guys too that he gets his kids out there.
Yep.
He takes those kids. Whether it's at the Willimantic Summer League a few years back, the Dave Cornish has that summer league over at Gales Ferry School.
Yep.
So he has his kids all over the state. And when you're talking about 4 or 5 years ago, you had a state championship football team here, and I think that's what it's going to take to get that basketball program. He's going to have a good team this year.
He's going to have a great team. I mean, I was on the championship team for 2 years. When we won the championship, I was an assistant coach. Love his program. I bought into the program on the first day. I was the freshman coach and assistant coach. He has just, like Timmy, he has such a great vision of what he wants for a program, and he is fully committed. He does summer camps here. He gets the little kids out there during halftime.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, you think the football crowd's big, you want to come to a basketball game here.
Now, you've got also Jeff Bernardi, I believe, is a teacher here. Is
Yeah.
he now? We'll talk about Jeff. Jeff's the coach over at East Lyme. And, he might be the one that got away. And
He is the one that got away.
Jeff is actually sitting on a keg of dynamite over there this year with East Lyme.
Yeah.
So I know there's some friendly competition and some back and forth. And I was texting Jeff a little bit earlier this week. And, he's one of your own here. But, again, another high-quality individual, another teacher, another educator involved in coaching.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Jeff, that was the person that got away. I mean, when the AD over there, East Lyme, called me about the recommendation, he said, what can you tell me? I said, well, I'm losing probably one of my best coaches.
Yeah.
And he was the assistant coach. So
Very well dressed, too,
Oh,
He's
yeah,
to
yeah.
a T. I mean,
Yeah,
he's-
we're classy here.
No, I mean, Jeff Bernardi is, to a T. He's probably in top 2, I would say,
Oh.
easily
Yeah.
in the ECC.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's his basketball knowledge is unbelievable. I mean, he could be a college coach, like a D3.
Puts a lot into it.
And
I'm sure he puts a lot into his teaching as well.
Oh, he's one of the best teachers here. I mean, seriously. I mean, I look at his teaching and I wish I could improve on some stuff.
Little halftime house call here. The sports doctor here, Jeff Swan. Thanks for a few minutes. Stick around as we're watching the Zumba out there now, and it's Coach Queen's gig out there, is it not?
Yeah, everyone likes coming to the game and doing Zumba. I think I will tell you, every time cheerleaders come here from the opposing teams, the first thing I say is we're doing Zumba at halftime, and it's like, oh my God, you can't even, it's like laughing and everything else. So
Have you done Zumba?
no.
No. I mean,
no.
how about the what is it? The limbo? You ever done the limbo?
Oh well, we had a pep rally today, and they had a limbo contest, but I opt out because of a bad back. So, I am the four-time Vermont state champion. So, how low can you go?
Listen, it's great stuff. You're doing a wonderful job up here.
Thank you.
First, I mean, game day really loves coming up here. Your coaches are top class. The people out there, even the guys directing parking, there was no hassle for the sports doctor. They saw the game day jersey. They parked me right up in the front, right next to where they were selling the cheeseburgers, and they said, enjoy the time. But you just look out here. You look outside on top of the hill, both sides.
Yep.
Packed. You look at the hill, packed. You got people, I mean, the hot chocolate's going.
Yep.
This is Friday Night Lights.
This is Friday Night Lights. I mean, I would not miss this for any reason. If I wasn't the athletic director, I would be on this hill too.
All right, great job, Jeff. I
Thank you
appreciate
very
it. A
much.
few minutes. Thanks for having us here tonight.
You guys are top notch. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks a lot, Jeff. We'll bring in Casey real quick, and Casey's going to talk to the Zumba Queen in a few minutes. Good stuff, Jeff. Great job. Don't forget your walkie-talkie because I don't know what to do with it. There you go.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Yes.
The best athlete on the field is not in a football uniform right now. It's Coach Queen. She's got moves. She is living it down there right now.
That's her down there right there in the pink right in front of us. Isn't that not?
There are moves right now. I'm telling you right now. So you think you can dance. She is rocking it down there. This is the biggest Zumba group I've ever seen. There's 100 people down on midfield of the football field right now dancing like crazy. It's outstanding.
Put your arms in the air and swimming like you just don't care.
This is one of my favorite, non-sport high school sports traditions.
Zumba at halftime?
Love it.
Yeah.
Like,
This is fabulous.
You don't see this anywhere else. Everybody gets super excited for it. It's just like it's a great little tradition they have here.
Well, I got to tell you, this is our second time here at Valley. Friday night, and I will say there is no better atmosphere to do a high school football game
tremendous.
than here. It's
You've been
fabulous.
outside. Your crowd's huge, isn't it?
It's fabulous. From defending the hill, Zumba down at halftime. But Peter, you seized on it. They're excited about doing it. They're not dragging anybody. They couldn't wait to get on the field for halftime. That's outstanding.
Now they got the band out there. They're grilling the burgers and the dogs in the parking lot.
AD is from Vermont?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, we won't hold that against them.
Well, we're waiting for Coach Queen to come up here and talk to you, Casey. I can't wait for this interview. Red Sox up 2-0.
Yeah, they are, and they should be. They won their 2 home games. It's really not suited. The weather,
Cold.
played a factor. I mean, but I think the bigger factor was the 2 left-handers. I think tonight you're going to see the Dodger team that is the better of the teams. You're going to see Jock Peterson, Cody Bellinger. You're going to see Muncy. And so you're going to see 70 home runs that you didn't see in the first 2 games. So I definitely think that this Dodger team, I think Buehler is the pitcher who's pitching the best for them.
Yeah.
If Kershaw's their best pitcher, Buehler's the one who's been pitching the best. So I think, and with out of the Benintendi not in the game, I think you got a little more of an even game tonight.
Yeah, I think if you go to the other side, if you look at the Red Sox, it's very hard to get that lineup. It's tough to get it out in that lineup when the bottom of the lineup is cooking the way they do. With Nunez coming off the bench for a home run, you talk about Bradley swinging a hot stick, maybe a Pierce or one of the catchers. That's a tough lineup to face 1 through 9.
It is, and that's why part of the reason why they won 108 games and why they are the top team in baseball. And they did beat 2 teams to get to the World Series that arguably were the second and third best teams in baseball. But the reason the Dodgers are dangerous, and they still are, is that they do have a lineup that plays well against right-handers. They do have a closer who we haven't had to see yet. And here's what I think is going to happen. I told you this before. I think they're going to win. I think the Dodgers are going to win tonight. I think they're going to knock Porcello around a little bit. They're going to win tonight. I think tomorrow night the Red Sox are going to come back, go 3-1.
pitching a game tomorrow?
Yeah, and I think you're going to see Kershaw pitch a great game in Game 5, and I think it goes back to Boston 3-2, and I think the Red Sox win in 6. It would.
I would say the Red Sox win in 5, but that's me.
I would say this. I'd be more surprised that it goes to 7 than I would if it ends in 5.
I would agree with that.
So,
I would agree. I mean, the Red Sox are in the driver's seat. There's no doubt about it. And Kimbrel's pitched well, too. Kimbrel pitched well the other night. He closed the game off pretty well.
2 games in a row. It took, of all people, Eric Gagne contacted Alex Cora. They were teammates together, and he contacted him. He goes, he's tipping his pitches.
Yeah.
And ever since then, he's been lights out. So.
Yeah. We'll get Coach Queen coming up here, I think, in a few seconds, and we'll talk a little Zumba with here, and you can continue to talk baseball with Peter. I'll take a little break. I'll come back to start the second half with you guys.
Absolutely.
Casey, you're the resident baseball expert here. How specifically does a pitcher tip his pitches?
It can be in a variety of ways. It can be how he holds the ball in the glove and moves it around. It can be how he goes into his set. There are any number of ways that I'm going to give I got Coach Queen. We're going to finish that thought after, Peter, but I got Coach Queen coming in, and I got to tell you, I'd said on air, and I'll say it again, the best athletes are not in uniform right now because you've got moves. I'm telling you right now, I am more impressed with what I just saw, and Peter, our producer, agrees. It might be, I think it is his favorite tradition. It's to come here and watch that is outstanding. We're talking about Zumba at halftime at Valley Old Lyme. It's a Go Pink to benefit Middlesex Hospital Cancer Center. Talk a little bit about the event and a little bit about, for those people who are just kind of tuning in now, what it is that they just saw.
All right, so first of all, Valley basketball, softball, volleyball. Whoop, whoop,
You got
and
that.
Eastern volleyball. So there is a little athleticism. Of course, my husband's the head football coach, so I've got to make him proud. So Go Pink out of the Middlesex Hospital Cancer Center also has a wing in the Shoreline Clinic. It was founded in 2010, brings 40 businesses, schools, groups every year to raise money to support women facing breast cancer in our community. And together we've raised more than $185,000 to support over 1,000 women since 2010. The donations underwrite free integrative medicine therapy for patients at Middlesex Hospital Cancer Center in Middletown and Westbrook, which includes massage, Reiki, reflexology, acupuncture, all that jazz to help alleviate fatigue, pain, neuropathy, and symptoms under cancer treatment. I'm out of breath
Well,
from
you had to
doing
go up
the
the
Zumba.
hill. People don't tell you after Zumba, you kind of come up the hill.
Yeah, the
between
hill,
between the two.
which we have to defend the hill.
Well,
That's
down,
part of our slogan.
Well, down 14-6. If we want our husband to come home happy tonight, we're gonna have
You
to.
said it, bud.
You're gonna have to
I'll
turn this
tell
thing
you
around
what.
here.
Tell you what.
I don't think there's anybody that would debate that cancer is the premier disease that this country wants to eradicate. I don't know anybody that hasn't been touched very personally as well as collaterally by cancer. It's one of the few times where kids can. My son, the first bad word he said was when he was allowed to say that cancer sucks. That was the first time. So his grandmother passed away from cancer. My grandfather.
Sorry.
We all have it. So thank you for what you do. But how did Zumba become the point thing for this awareness?
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
I actually became a certified Zumba instructor in 2012 when I was trying to lose weight for my wedding to Coach King. We're both high school phys ed teachers here at Valley. So, of course, they said, when you go off to get married, what are we going to call you? Because you're Coach Mislick and he's Coach King. You can't be two Coach Kings in the gym. So I said, oh, you got a point. Let's come up with a contest. So Coach Queen ended up being. We had a lot of different ideas, but Coach Queen ended up winning. So I brought Zumba into phys ed classes, and we started a class called PE Fit, which is fitness-based. And so I do Zumba in there, pound fitness, and shockwave. We do kettlebells and dumbbells and all that kind of stuff. So what we found was if I could bring some Zumba songs into phys ed, when we have to do 10-minute cardio, they have the choice of doing Zumba songs in the middle with me, dancing, having fun, or jogging around the gym.
Well, that's
so
no fun.
That's boring, right?
That is no fun at all.
Except for people who love to run. Hey, if you love to run and you don't like to dance, I'm okay with that because you're still getting your cardio in.
My wife, who is an avid 30-mile-a-week runner, will tell you no one likes to run. People like to the accomplishment of having run, but no one likes to run. She jokes all the time, and she's the first person that got me into a Zumba class. And I will tell you, this is not your mother's Zumba. What you just did was every bit as much hip hop dance
Yes.
as it was.
Yes.
I think people think Zumba, they think Ricky Martin singing in the background,
And
they
I do
think
those
of-
kind of songs.
and they think of a slow pace.
Yes.
Maybe let's call it
no.
middle-aged Zumba. You
No.
just kicked a bunch of teenagers' butts down there, and that was very much hip-hop dance.
Yes. So Zumba is Latin-oriented, but we are allowed to pull music from the radio, so we have all different types of rhythms and dances. And for the phys ed kids, I try to pick things off the radio or something that they'd really like. We actually had faculty and staff today dance in front of the class, the junior class, who won because they donated the most amount of money to Go Pink for pep rally dancing. So to have faculty and staff members, I mean, we're talking lunch ladies.
That's great.
We had our vice principal, our associate principal. She was out there kicking it. We had some school counselors, some social workers. We had teachers. We had one of their coaches out there. It was pretty awesome. So we knew that the kids would really like this dance.
So anything off the radio is fair game for a Zumba class. So if I want to pick like an old school Air Supply song, and that's about the pace that I would be
That
able
would
to go
be the
at.
cool down. That would be
Oh,
static stretch.
I am a big fan of both the static. A static stretch sounds right up my alley. Well, I'm gonna put you into coach's wife mode for a second.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
What
And previous athletic director.
and
so,
previous
yes.
athletic director. What was his mood? How is he approaching a halftime like this?
I would not want to be in that locker room at halftime because I know him and the pressure was building up and coming into and the issue with things not getting in the end zone until just before halftime, that doesn't fly with him. So, and I know the other coaching staff as well. So you probably could have heard a pin drop walking in, and then I'm sure you couldn't hear anything but the echoing of his voice. When he played football, he was a defensive back and he was a running back. And when he went off to college at Idaho State, There's a picture of him standing over someone that he just took down on the field. They called him Buzzard. His nickname was Buzzard. So.
Oh, I can imagine.
Mhm.
All right, so definitely the message got across. They're going to get a chance to get the ball here to start the second half. You're going to go get a chance to breathe again.
Thank you.
Thank you to Coach Queen, Ginny King, our Zumba and cancer awareness expert here tonight. She was just rocking it down on the field.
And the golf ball challenge, too. We're doing that, too.
When I heard it was
Stay for the end of the game.
When I heard it was closest to the pin, if they'd only let me do it that way in my actual golf game, they'd have a much better chance. So thank you very much.
All right, take care. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We are underway here in the second half. Ball loose on the turf, and Valley will cover it up, and they'll have their first possession at their own, let's call it, 19-yard line. And we'll bring the sports doctor back in, and we will start second half action. So, Peter, to finish the thought about tipping pitches, one of the simplest ways is if you hold the ball in a certain grip. Let's say he holds it in his fastball grip, and then every time he changes his grip, you know he's throwing a breaking ball. That's a simple way that sometimes happens. And variations off of that, how his glove might be tilted, how he might put the position in it, and other times it's where his hands will come to set in the windup. There's very subtle things that pitchers do differently when they throw different pitches. First and 10. Santos, broken play, and he is driven to the ground hard. Taken down by Latronica, rather, and it'll be second down and long. And Santos is injured. He is limping off the field. He was dragged down very hard. Ball's on the 14-yard line, and they're going to have to take Santos out for a moment, which means that we're going to see a backup quarterback into this ball game, and that's going to be Jack Cox. The young sophomore will enter the game, and he'll face a 2nd and 15 with the ball on the 14-yard line. So while they tend to Santos, Cox will operate out of the shotgun. Cox going to throw on first down. Bubble screen, has a man. Keeping it and cutting it inside and getting out past the original line of scrimmage.
We've seen some nice composure by backup quarterbacks thrust into the game without a lot of notice this season.
Yeah, with Fitch, when Tyler Nelly came out of the game, I didn't even realize the backup was in the game until after he had completed a pass. I like the idea that you bring in the backup and you have him throw the ball. It was a simple pass to throw the ball there. But it was well done. It'll be 3rd and 7, ball on the 23. And a big third down here to start the second half for Valley Old Lyme, especially with their quarterback having been banged up. Cox, straight drop, pressured. Cox steps up, and he's going to be sacked. Late flag's going to come in, and ball's loose. That might not be the flag. That might be the beanbag for the ball being loose, and Cromwell has recovered the fumble.
Yeah, he reached forward with that ball as he was getting hit instead of tucking it and just lost it as he was going to the ground.
So a huge sequence of events. Valley Old Lyme gets the opening kickoff in the second half, fumbles the kickoff, then quarterback Ryan Santos is injured, comes off, and then backup quarterback, sophomore Jack Cox fumbles, and now Cromwell will have the ball 1st and 10 on the Valley 20-yard line.
Tough way to start the second half here for the Warriors, Case. And Cromwell looking for a little blood here.
Carstetter hands it off to Lockwood. Lockwood churns the legs, but not much there. Good job by the interior of the Valley defensive line. That's going to be barely a gain. We'll call it a foot because we're going to be generous. It's going to bring second down and essentially 10.
Yeah, getting a little chippy down there in the defensive front, too. A little jawing going on after that play. Lockwood engaged with some of the defenders from Valley. Tough sledding down there, and Valley trying to make a stand.
So they're going to give him a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. Ball is at the 19-yard line, 18 and a half. This is where you get to do your long 8, short 7, or whatever.
Yeah.
Long 7, short 8.
It's a long 8, short 9.
Carstetter from the shotgun. Wants to hand. There's that little inside reverse. Well defended that time by Valley. Killam had nothing there that time. Staying at home was Jalen Arnhem, and he makes the tackle, and that was a nice job there. It's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Good discipline. The Simon football that time. Staying in his lane was Arnhem. Closed down, pinched down on it, made a good tackle. Had a good stand right there. 3rd down and 9.
3rd and 9. big opportunity here for Cromwell to score points off the turnover. Valley desperate to hold on here, down 8.
Karstetter on the move a little bit.
Gonna straight up the middle, has time, throws it, and it's tipped and almost caught, but incomplete. Killam was open. It was tipped, and he almost had it on the deflection.
Yeah, I think it was Watrous, number 4, that kind of tipped that ball, Casey. And again, Killam was in the right spot. The ball just got deflected a little bit. Big stop there for Valley.
Now, I love this. They're going to bring Pepe into the game to try a field goal. We've seen his
like his
extra
leg.
points. He has kicked it this far off the extra points. Here's where the mental part of it, he doesn't have to do anything different than what he does to kick an extra point because it's gone far.
35-yard field goal attempt.
If he kicks it like he did the extra points, he's got plenty of leg. Don't do anything different. High snap. Kick is up. It is long enough, and it is no good. Wide left. He shoved it a little bit left, and Valley Regional Old Lyme dodges a bullet. Pepe had the distance, but pushed it left.
Boy, he had the leg, too. He got the ball up real quick, Casey, and just over that. That's a very short goalpost over there, too. The old school, the H-back. The old school goalpost over there.
And it was so hard to tell if he snuck it on the inside because it was over the top of it. But just to the outside of the goalpost. And it'll be first down, Valley Old Lyme. As, like we said, they dodged the opportunity of Cromwell that time, and it will be first down with 8:53 remaining.
19-yard line, Valley will go first and 10.
First down, Valley. Handoff, straight up the middle, banging in the interior, and gain of about 3. We'll see who had that carry.
Valley was effective at the end of the first half by throwing the ball, picking up the tempo of the offense a little bit.
Arnhem.
Yep, Arnhem on the carry, getting the ball to O'Brien, getting the ball to Braga on the wheel route. You know, that's what got them cooking a little bit at the end of the first half.
So 2nd and 7, 2 things of importance. Ryan Santos is back into the game at quarterback, and Arnhem is getting some time in the backfield as they use Braga as a wide receiver. They split him out in the slot. Little bubble screen to O'Brien. He's got the sideline. One man, he cuts it up inside. Watrous can't do it. He's still on his feet. O'Brien still on his feet, crosses and lands right at midfield. What an individual play for Jason O'Brien.
Yeah, I think Jason O'Brien got a little tug of the face mask on that play, Casey. Broke a few tackles and showed you the speed at that time after he broke the tackles. Again, Braga helping out in the slot that time, laying the block on the screen.
Yeah, well, the biggest thing Braga did was not get the block in the back penalty. He had Killam as his assignment. Killam had him beat to the inside. Braga left him alone. O'Brien beat Killam, which Braga was very, very close. You could see him wanting to put that little shove, but he didn't do it. In motion, Arnhem. Santos gives the ball to Braga. Braga still on his feet, maintains his balance for a first down.
Boy, I tell you, that kid Braga, the stop and go and the vision in the hole in the low center of gravity, that's a tremendous 13-yard run.
Nifty by Nick Braga, staying on his feet, keeping the foot in the strong legs, churning, and gets a first down.
You know, it's the stop and the go in the hole that makes that move so effective. The patient running and then the finish at the end.
Valley's got a little energy now, a little something brewing. There goes Arnhem in motion again, same formation. Santos gonna throws it to Arnhem. Arnhem's got plenty of room, heads to the sideline, cuts it out right, has a first down and more inside the 20-yard line. Little puts him in motion, throw it him into the flat, first down Valley.
Yeah, trying to create some space, Casey, that time is Valley. They sent both wide receivers in deep pass patterns to try and clear out that little right-hand side, and Arnhem does the rest himself. Again, nice job by the wide receivers on the edge, not getting called for a hold, not moving the defenders a certain way, and Arnhem did a nice job finishing off that run.
1st and 10 Valley, ball at the 21-yard line of Cromwell Old Lyme, and we're going to get a flag on the play.
That's going to be on the coaching staff, I think, from Cromwell. A little woofing going on over there by Randall Bennett.
Is it going to be a delay of game against the sideline, or is it going to be an unsportsmanlike against the sideline?
Sideline warning, maybe?
That's what we're getting. We're going to get a dead ball. Unsportsmanlike. Yeah, against Cromwell. That's going to be against the Cromwell sideline. First down, Valley, and that's going to move it along.
Well, I like this rhythm. I like this play calling right now that Valley's in right now. They've got something cooking. They got a little flow, and they got a little juck and jive to this offense a little bit.
1st and 10. We'll see where the ball ends up after they move it via the penalty.
I think the side judge over there just was tired of hearing it from that coaching staff.
It's going to be just outside the 10-yard line. Maybe call it the 10 and a foot or right on the 10-yard line. So they're going to call it just outside the 10, so they still can get a first down, or are they going to call it 1st and goal?
Yeah, 1st and goal, I think.
1st and goal right on the 10-yard line. 1st and goal from the 10. Santos sends Arnhem in motion in the other direction now. Wants to throw. Has plenty of time. Slings it, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Matt Pepe, and a huge turnover for Valley.
That was a high throw that time by Santos. He had his wide receiver in the slot. Casey just overshot his man. What a drive killer that time as Cromwell's defense comes up big.
Pepe that time stepped in with the interception. The sophomore has done a little bit of everything tonight, and Cromwell will have it 1st and 10. Ball sitting on the 15-yard line.
They were working the right side. Decided to come back to the left that time, and it cost them.
Right on the 10-yard line. Check that. This is, it's funny. I have glasses, and I still can't see.
It's perfect.
1st and 10.
Between the two of us, we have 8 eyes up here in the booth.
1st and 10 from the 10.
Right?
Yes. And none of them work. Carstetter rolls left, wants to throw, has time, pressured, steps away from pressure, going to keep it himself, and he's going to get out of bounds after a gain of 5. And Carstetter was very, very patient that time, eluded pressure, and got some yards.
Yeah, Carstetter was looking for Pepe deep, Casey. Number 17 came all the way across the field, and I give Nicholas Braga that time credit in coverage for Valley, but he was looking for Pepe. He had his eyes locked and loaded downfield, but Braga wouldn't give nothing on the outside.
Got 3, so 2nd and 7 from the 13-yard line. We're under 7 minutes here remaining in the third quarter. And this is where Cromwell in the first half just took clock.
I like they run that wide receiver off the right side of the formation, get Carstetter moving to his left, try to get the receiver in a crossing pattern.
This time handoff, and not much there. Nice job as Killam was wrapped up pretty much immediately. And I'm not sure he'll get a yard, so that's going to bring up 3rd and, let's call it 3rd and 6 from about the 15-yard line.
Keeping an eye on the far sidelines, too. Coach Randall Bennett, he is 4 or 5 steps on the field after every play. So if there was a coach's box over there, he'd be out of the box. He's an emotional guy. He's charged up. He's into this game.
Huge 3rd down play for both teams. Cromwell, if they can extend the drive, will just eat up more clock. And, of course, Valley wants to have the ball back, trailing by 8 with opportunity after opportunity that they have left on the field. Carstetter on 3rd and 5. Rolls to his right, looking to throw. Has time. Now eludes pressure. Goes back to his left. Flag. Has a man. Hits Hinkle. Brought it down at the 40-yard line. It'll be a first down, but there is a flag on the play. And Valley is going to say it's against Cromwell. That's in the area of a hold.
I got to think that one's coming back. I really do. He reversed his field and reversed his feet 3 times on that. It is a hold. He had all day to throw back there.
It's too much to ask of your offensive line to sustain a block for that long when they don't know where their quarterback's going to be.
Well,
when
and
he's moving side to side, it's very hard to sustain a block.
Yeah, and 2 different guys are pressuring that time. You saw Conrad making a move up front, a couple other guys on the defensive line as well. So, yeah, which way is my guy going? Is he going left? Is he going back to the right? Is he going down the middle?
So you block a guy from one angle, then your quarterback's suddenly going in the other direction, and you got to try to get off that block.
Yes.
And that's where they get the hold.
It's a grab. It's a grab.
Yeah, it is. It's a grab. So that's a big penalty against Cromwell. It's going to back them up inside the 15-yard line to the 6. It's going to be 3rd and 14, ball on the 6-yard line.
Well, that's what you get when things break down a little bit. You're either going to get a big play or a holding on the offensive line.
All right, the World Series is underway, Sports Doctor.
Long 14, short 13.
Gonna throw. Has time. Deep over the middle, up in the air, and through the hands of Nick Wright. It will go incomplete. Wright had a chance. He split the defenders. Nice job on the coverage. O'Brien was there, and it will go incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th and long, and they'll punt it away. So, chance for Valley to get the ball back.
Yep. O'Brien underneath coverage and Braga over the top. A little double coverage that time would have been an impossible throw for Karstetter.
Arnhem and O'Brien stand at midfield, and Pepe will punt it out of his own end zone. Are you going for the block here, or are you going to set up your return?
I am going for the block because I'm going to get good field position anyway. I just don't want to rough the kicker down here.
High snap, low kick. O'Brien takes it at the 45. Racing to the corner, has room, heads to the outside, needs to beat Pepe, and there's another flag on the play.
There's something going on down there between number 24 and Arnhem.
Brian Lockwood
yeah.
and Arnhem that time got into it, and the flag comes on the play. We're going to see who that one's against.
I think it's going to be against Arnhem.
It was a big return by O'Brien. He got the ball down to the 30-yard to the 20-yard line, but we'll see about the flag.
Yeah, the shenanigans was after the play, so I think it's going to go against Arnhem, and it's two guys in the middle of the field going at it, so it's not that hard for the official to pick up. Yeah, it's against Arnhem.
They're going to call that penalty against Arnhem. Lockwood ran off the field, and that's another big penalty. I mean, regardless of what the final score is tonight, Coach King is going to be very unhappy with the sort of lack of discipline that his team had tonight. Multiple penalties, including a couple of bad ones like that. Turnovers, fumble, interception.
25 yards in field position right there in that penalty.
That's right. Ball backed all the way up to the 45-yard line of Cromwell. So 1st and 10, ball in the 45 with 5:17 remaining in the third.
Boy, it's an emotional game, too. When the kids get at it, they get at it pretty good.
Fumbles, interceptions, turnovers, penalties.
One-on-one down here for O'Brien. And that's going to be a false start.
So that'll be a penalty against Valley, and they are going in the wrong direction. They've lost about 30 yards here in the last two plays.
They've got a good matchup here at the bottom of the formation with O'Brien down in at the bottom. Like to see a little one-on-one play, deep shot to him. Let your playmaker make a play.
I mean, Kevin Hinkle is an all-conference wide receiver. He's an outstanding athlete.
Yeah.
O'Brien is every bit as talented and a little bigger, and that's one of those one-on-one battles where you like to see.
I take a shot.
Go get it. Yeah. So it'll be 1st and 15. Ball's now back right on midfield.
There's a lot of green flag. There's a lot of green field there, and there's no safety help over the top. They basically got 9 guys in the box.
Fake the handoff. Wants to throw. There he is looking for O'Brien. O'Brien goes up, and it's incomplete. And it was a nice job by Hinkle with a little help from Sear. So they dropped everyone back into sort of a deep zone.
Yeah, I mean, that passes to the inside part of the hash, though. If you could throw that ball to the outside, I think you get something working with O'Brien, and you still maintain that one-on-one integrity.
I wouldn't mind snapping the ball and throwing it immediately. I mean, he's getting 10 yards of cushion from Hinkle.
Yeah.
Give him the one-on-one screen on the edge and see if he can make a play.
Yeah.
Instead, it's 2nd and 15, ball at midfield with 5:10.
When you throw the ball back to the middle of the field, you throw the ball back into the double coverage. Like I said, the safety drops back off the line of scrimmage, and next thing you know, you got safety, inside coverage and outside coverage.
You got trips at the bottom, but O'Brien's single coverage against Hinkle, a little screen it goes, and it was beautifully set up, and Santos overthrew Braga, and that was a big play waiting to happen.
Yeah, a lot of green pasture in front of Braga that time. Santos under duress threw the ball a little high. That play was there.
It was well-timed. It was a good call. They had Cromwell sending pressure. That would have been a big play. Instead, it'll be 3rd and 15. Ball still resides at midfield. Valley not able to get anything going.
Yeah, a couple blockers downfield. You hit a lot of green in front of him. You hit a little entourage.
This late in the season, a lot of that green is
a
little
chewed
browner.
Up. Yeah, well, it's wishful thinking on my part.
Santos. Straight drop. Has time. Deep down the sideline. Man open, and he throws it to the wrong shoulder. Incomplete.
He threw that ball to the sidelines, and the receiver made an inside release and went to the hash that time. I think that was O'Brien, I do believe.
No, miscommunication out there between Santos and Brian Funk.
Yeah.
So Brian Funk, the receiver, he went in, the throw went out, and what looked like a promising possession for Valley has turned into Jason O'Brien standing at his own 35-yard line, and he's going to punt it away.
Yeah, the penalty before they even got to football really kind of hurt this possession.
Plenty of time. O'Brien gets an end-over-end spiraling. It takes a great bounce.
Hit a man.
I think that hit the Cromwell guy. That could be a turnover for Valley. And they say Cromwell got the ball.
I think that hit a Cromwell player, though. I do believe that.
It'll be 1st and 10. Cromwell. They did fall on it after it did hit.
I think
Now
Valley's got it.
Nope, now they're turning it around, and Valley's jumping around. The official pointed in the direction of Cromwell.
And Randall Bennett's about 7 yards on the field right now, too.
The officials have to get together because one of them, it clearly hit a Cromwell player, but the officials signaled that it was Cromwell ball, and the Valley kids are running off saying they have it. The officials are now
It's Valley's ball.
saying yes it is. And Coach Randall Bennett is now
60 steps from the sidelines.
he's now
out
in the
of box.
huddle right now. He can
Yeah.
play quarterback.
Valley ball on the recovery.
A huge break on the punt by O'Brien. It hit the Cromwell up man, and the ball is now on the 16-yard line. And I mean, how many gifts is Valley gonna take? They got to take advantage of something here.
Yep.
1st and 10 from the 16. Santos sends Braga in motion, and gonna get a timeout. Officials timeout.
For nothing.
Officials called a quick timeout. Now
Okay. You counted how many players are on the field, I think he did. Okay, there you go.
And here goes Braga in motion again.
Braga in motion.
And this quarterback keeper by Santos straight up the middle. He's got a little bit of a hole. He's gonna gain about 5.
Gets about 5 yards on the carry.
And see where the spot looks right about the 10-yard line. So nice job on 1st down by Santos.
You know, if Valley's done everything to settle this game down after trailing 14-0, they've done nothing to help themselves since then. They've been giving opportunities. They got to cash in here.
Yeah,
They've settled the game on. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, both teams are playing hot potato with
Yeah.
this lead, though. You know, Cromwell's like, I don't want it, and Valley
Yeah.
hasn't been able to respond. 2nd and 4 after a gain of 6. Ball's at the 11-yard line. Valley now with an opportunity to inch a little closer. Same play. Braga goes in motion to the left. Santos wants to throw. Has Braga on the wheel. Looks for him in the back of the end zone. He goes up, and it's off his hands and incomplete. He had him. He hit him, and it fell incomplete.
Braga had a step out of the backfield, little wheel route, clear that whole side out. Casey, a little one-on-one matchup. Looked for Valley to go back to that. They like that play.
Braga defended by Owen Brunk, who's a freshman. Freshman out there one-on-one with Braga, and that's one that he wants back because that ball was perfectly thrown by Santos, hit him right in the hands. It's going to be 3rd and 4. Valley needs to get a 1st down and get a new set of downs.
Look for the quarterback keeper here. Spread him out.
Little end around and slipping to the turf. No gain, maybe a loss on the play was Arnhem.
So Arnhem on a little jet sweep that time, Casey, and that's where you see that part of the field where it's a little chewed up down there, a little more brown than green, and Arnhem lost his footing, and certainly 4-down territory here for Valley.
That might have been O'Brien. It's hard to tell when in the inside of that. I think it was O'Brien that went to the turf that time. But needless to say, it's another botched play for Valley, and it's going to be 4th and 4 from the 11.
These uniforms remind me of the old Fitch uniforms.
Yeah. It's tough to see, but we know it's 4th down. Santos rolls right, gonna throw into the end zone, has a man, official signal, touchdown!
That is Mr. O'Brien in the corner for 6.
Jason O'Brien brings Valley within 2. Beautiful route to the side of the end zone. Santos puts it on his hands, and the Warriors have inched closer.
Boy, how is that Santos puts that ball only in a position where O'Brien can make the catch, trust my receiver, go get it, young man, and got it, he did.
So they'll go for 2 with 3:13 remaining in the 3rd period. Beautiful throw from Santos to Jason O'Brien. And finally, Valley Lyme cashes in on the opportunities that Cromwell has given them.
They go for 2.
Straight snap to Arnhem, it looks like. Straight snap, little Arnhem keeps it, cuts it in, and it is a good 2-point conversion. Jalen Arnhem has tied the game at 14. The Warriors and the Panthers, new ball game.
Yeah, a little run pass option that time. Pulled the ball out of Braga's belly. Went off the right side, followed his blocker, took it in for 2, and just like that, Casey, 14-0 has become 14-14 Again, we talk about momentum being a fickle thing in high school sports. Well, it's all on the side of the Warriors right now.
It's amazing how many times the momentum has gone back and forth. I mean, Cromwell was given a gift. They had the opportunity multiple times. Valley's been given the gift, coming back the other way. And all things being said and done, 3:13 remaining, and the Warriors are fired up. We got ourselves a new ball game.
Or if they weren't pumped up on the hill, they are now. Well, there's a lot of people out there, too. I was out there at halftime. You shoot around out
You
there?
didn't bring me a burger?
We were promised cheeseburgers.
Yeah, listen.
I'm still waiting for my cheeseburger.
Listen, it's I'll buy you. I'll pay for you a cheeseburger today.
Thanks, Wimpy.
For tomorrow.
Thanks you.
Yeah, okay.
I'll gladly pay you tomorrow for a cheeseburger today.
today.
That's the opposite. You're saying I'll give you. You know, Peter. I don't know about you, but
No,
you know, it's getting to the
Peter's
point now.
too busy. He's too busy to eat food. I mean, too busy. He's on Twitter. He's on social media. He's
Speaking-
producing.
Speaking of Twitter, we have a request. If we can get, I don't know if we have access to the hand score. Someone is an interested party in the press box that would like the hand Hall score.
NFA's up 19-7 late in the third quarter with Fitch. That one I did get.
Here, ball was fumbled, and Valley will pounce on it and knock the Cromwell back to the ground quickly. It'll be first down as Ethan Wilson dropped it, picked it up, and gets brought to the ground. So not great field position to start this possession for Cromwell, and they need to settle things down.
Boy, and then the Valley's fired up, man. Body language says everything. The sidelines is into it. They're all into it. They're pumped up right here.
Hand leading 54-0.
Hand ahead, 54-0.
Ranked number 3 in the state.
That's a good Daniel
That's a
Hand
good team, yeah. And Greenwich, number 2 team in the state, rolled last night over Ludlow.
Here goes a little inside reverse.
Inside reverse, Valley again, the defense coming to life.
Kill him that time. Nothing there. The Valley defense just flying to the football right now. They had something on that left side. Coach King quickly plugged that up at halftime.
Yeah, I think they've made some adjustments. They're flying to the football. Killam's not going to get – he's not going to get the area that he's normally had or the space. And you know what? I think they're trying to lock down and put a spy on Carstetter a little bit out there.
We've got an injured player on the field, so
That 54-0 score, a first half score.
Yeah, Hand's got a good team. That game at the Surf Club?
54-0 in the first half.
At the Surf Club. You been to the Surf Club?
I have been to the surf.
Yeah, it's a nice area down there.
Except when the wind blows.
Yeah, no,
that's a good point.
Cycled down there. Used to cycle a lot with Jeff Blindeman down there. Trained for triathlons.
What was the
Nice
what was the
area.
NFA score?
19-7, I think, at the end, late in the third.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mikey D sent me a text.
Killingly leading Ledyard 24-7.
It's closer than I imagined.
It was 21-21 Waterford and Stonington.
All right.
Both those teams looking for their first win, I believe, right?
No.
Waterford,
got
Waterford. Okay.
3 wins, yeah.
Waterford's flying
Stonington
high.
looking for their first win.
That is correct. Carstetter, want to throw. Time, over the middle. Has Hinkle. First down, Cromwell. Hit him in stride, cross the 35-yard line. Nice throw to Kevin Hinkle. And that's what you need to do to get the thing settled.
Yeah.
You go back to your veteran receiver.
Yeah, skinny post that time by Hinkle on the inside part. Good throw that time by Carstetter, too. And just a nice pitch and catch, settle things down, move the sticks, get back to playing Panther football.
Carstetter hit him right in the hands, and it'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 37-yard line. We are all tied at 14 here between the Cromwell Portland Panthers and the Valley Regional Old Lyme Warriors.
Big-time throw.
Carstetter, hand off to Lockwood. Lockwood puts his head down and drags a defender forward for about 3.5 yards. That was just power football by Brian Lockwood.
Exclusively running off that left-hand side where it's that little inside, end around, a little jet sweep, the double reverse they do, or Lockwood, they like running off that left side.
Gain of about 4.5. It's going to be a nice gain on first down because now, again, at this part of the field, options wide open, a lot of little different things you can do. They have not gotten the ball into Nick Wright's hand. He's a fantastic story. We'll talk about him after this play. Carstetter, 2nd and 6. Wants to throw. Has time. Had a screen set up, middle screen to Hinkle, and it falls incomplete.
You talk about Nick Wright, Casey. He is with first year with the program. He's a senior wide receiver. He's done a little bit of everything, whether it's been cross country or soccer. I mean, that's a lot to ask for a first year playing varsity football. And playing very well.
Yeah, good size, good hands. He's provided a very nice compliment to Kevin Hinkle. But he has been quiet tonight. has Nick Wright. So big 3rd and 6 here for both teams. Right now, Valley's got all the momentum, but momentum dies quickly at the hands of a first down. And Cromwell is trying to get one here on 3rd and 6.
Dial up some pressure with that front 4.
Karstetter with plenty of time. Throws, hits Hinkle, and he is hit right at the marker. He's going to be a little short. Braga stopped him, and looks where the spot's going to be. He's going to be about a football and a half short. And I got to think Cromwell's going to rush right up to the ball and go for it.
Well, I would think some sort of power formation again off that left side. Get Lockwood moving.
They actually spotted him a little
About a
shorter
yard
than even I
short.
thought. It's about a full yard short. So 4th and a yard as the clock ticks. It'll be under a minute when this play goes off.
Good tackle by Braga. He doesn't make that stop, and Hinkle's still running.
Yeah, Braga almost did a sunset flip like in the WWE.
Yeah.
It was a
Sunset
pin him.
flip. Who was he?
4th down and a yard for the Panthers.
4th and 1. Karstetter, look for a quarterback keeper here. Karstetter rolls left. He's going to keep it. First down and crosses midfield. And Cromwell's in business. They're in Valley territory as we're down to 40 seconds remaining in the 3rd.
Yeah, left side, cuts up the middle, sticks his head down, move the sticks.
So even
Who was the wrestler that
everyone did the sunset
flip?
Everyone did a sunset
Come
flip.
on.
Everybody did a sunset flip. There's no one wrestler for the sunset flip. It wasn't a signature
Was it
move.
Rick Martel?
No, everyone did a sunset flip. It's not a signature move.
Alright,
It's like
okay.
it's like saying who does an elbow drop. Everyone does an elbow drop.
All right.
Man,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know these things.
I do.
Chicken wing front forearm.
Crossface chicken wing that's different. That's Bob Backlund.
Okay.
Flying forearms Tito Santana. But I mean, so there
All
are
right,
some.
I understand. But
There are
everybody did
some.
sunset flip.
First, everyone did a sunset flip. First and 10.
Don Morocco.
He did one of those too. There's Lockwood off the left edge. Has a big gain, about 7-8. Still churning his legs. He's going to have a first down. Crosses the 40, 37-yard line. Nice run that time by Lockwood.
Yeah, Lockwood's best run of the game there, Casey. Going to pick up 13 tough yards.
And despite the adjustments at halftime, when the bread and butter needs to be made,
Left side.
Left side.
Yeah, left side, Lockwood, stick your head down. You got 12 yards right there. Straight power football by the Panthers.
1st and 10. Ball is going to be marked at the 37-yard line, but we're going to change fields. We're at the end of 3 periods. Your score, 14 for the Panthers of Cromwell, Portland. 14 for the Warriors of Valley Regional Lyme.
Good football game here, no doubt about that. It's a homecoming, and it's went back and forth. It's a good football game.
East Lyme led New London 20-6 at the half. The Whalers came back to tie it, tied 20-20 now.
I believe that. Because I've seen East Lyme cough up some big leads in some games in the last few years.
And that sounds exactly right for both schools.
Yeah.
And, New London's resilient to try.
Yeah.
Commander, is going to be trying to drag them to a victory, and East Lyme
Coming unraveled.
have been a little frail.
Yeah.
That's not surprising.
I mean, you've seen in the last 2 years. Last year against Fitch and against NFA, and this year against they played Norwalk in week 1. They were pounding Norwalk, and then Norwalk reversed the tides and smoked them. You got a score in that game?
We are, looks like we're heading to the 2nd inning and waiting for my update, me and everybody else.
0-0.
It was 0-0. It's,
6-0 Boston.
yeah. It was just telling me it was the 2nd inning, and now it's telling me it's the bottom of the 1st inning, which means my ESPN is going back.
Have you watched a lot of the first 2 games?
I've watched every pitch of both games.
Peter Wappy has seen 4 innings, I think. Pete,
Oh, you got to get
big
up.
Sox fan.
You got to get up in the morning. It's hard. I'm tired. It's hard being up this late.
Yeah,
It's-
you guys got kids. You got to get off to school.
Well, that's
I mean,
a conversation I had. A conversation I had with my father about baseball not doing itself any services, putting games on at 8:30 that go till 12:30 in the morning.
4.5-hour games.
Even with the West Coast,
Yeah.
you're not getting any viewers at that time. You go an hour early.
How's this? Just what the doctor ordered. Would you believe me if I told you I was responsible for this?
Yeah, I'll believe that. Karstetter, first down, plenty of time. Throws deep over the middle, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Jalen Arnhem. Heads up the sidelines and shoved out of bounds at the 40-yard line. A flag comes in, tack on 15, and the Warriors are flying.
Jeff Swan and Bill Bassetto delivering cheeseburgers into the booth.
Tell my man Billy Bassetto, he always looks out for me, takes good care of me. Thank you, boys.
What a huge play on the interception, and then probably a late hit, a little blow to the head from Cromwell will tack on 15 yards. And right now, Old Lyme Valley is flying high. They're pumped up. Look at that group of kids over there.
Now, can I go? Who is it? Who is the personality that eats on the air? Who's the guy that eats on the air? Because I'm going to be that guy.
Booker McFarland?
No, I'm not Booker.
Joe
McFarland.
Tessitore?
It's all in the film. That's a good cheeseburger.
That's tremendous, isn't it? That is. Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal did something with the hot potato chips the other night. So Charles Barkley gave Shaquille O'Neal a potato chip, and Shaq couldn't make a face after he ate the chip. Did you see that?
He's done this in the past.
Oh, it's extremely entertaining. Oh, it was great. Shaq did not. He couldn't hold on. He was looking for a glass of milk. He said water made it worse. He said water made the chip harder, and he needed a glass of milk to neutralize the heat. So what do you need with that burger?
I'm just going to say
the hot chocolate is gone.
Yeah, I'm just going to say that I didn't really hear anything you said because the burger's that good.
We're feasting up here in the booth. I mean, this is tremendous. I'll come back here next week. If you think the burger's good, you should try the nachos.
It's worth coming to the game just for the burger.
So that ball is going to be placed at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10 Valley, just shy of midfield, and in business. Oh, catch your breath.
No, I'm good.
All right.
I inhaled 3/4 of it. We'll finish it up after this play. Santos from the shotgun. Braga in motion. Santos, hitch and go, down the sideline, looking for O'Brien. It's ducked up there, and it's incomplete. That one was not out of the hand of Santos. That flooded.
Yeah, double coverage on O'Brien that time. A little bit of a lame duck ball. Good no call by the official there as O'Brien was trying to work his way back to the inside. That was just a poorly thrown ball by Santos. Again, two guys in the same area, though. You got Braga on the wheel, then you got O'Brien on the fly pattern. Again, it's very short thrown ball. Boy, they're trying to get the ball to the playmakers, though, aren't they, though? A consistent effort for Braga, O'Brien, Arnhem. These are the guys we want touching the ball in the fourth quarter.
Yep, finding ways to get the ball in your playmakers' hands. 2nd down, handoff to Braga, and a nice job. Cromwell met him right there. Jordan Flores up from his corner position, his safety position. Coach Bennett said that they liked their safeties up in run coverage.
Yeah,
that time Flores came right up.
Yep, we've seen Pepe do some run fill too as well and creep up to the line of scrimmage and good sound tackling. These are both very good football teams. You don't see a lot of missed tackles. You have a couple penalties here and there, but very well schooled and well drilled on both sides. The over-under on the cheeseburger eating experience, you definitely hit the under.
That was a 19-second cheeseburger.
7 bites, if that?
If that. And I only did that so I could talk on the air.
Perfect.
3rd down, Santos rolls left. Has time, throws it into coverage. It goes up, and it's caught on the sideline, and now it's out of bounds. Couldn't get the feet in. O'Brien did everything but keep his feet in bounds. Caught it. It'll be 4th down.
That's a one-man pass pattern, Casey, into double coverage on the far side. O'Brien had to come back and wait for the ball and try to keep his feet dragged in bounds a la Calvin Johnson, one of those type of deals, but just his momentum pulled him out of bounds.
It's 4th and 12, so O'Brien will come in and kick it away, and Wright and Sear will go back to receive the punt for Valley. So just like that, the momentum switches, and we'll see what Cromwell can do if they can handle the punt, because they've had problems handling kickoffs and punts. So Wright, always a chance that there's a threat. He's going to punt it away. Low line drive, bounces, takes a sort of interesting wedge bounce at the 30-yard line, and it'll be downed by Valley, and it'll be 1st and 10 Cromwell from their own 30-yard line. End of 1 in Los Angeles, no score. So I don't see why you couldn't start these East Coast games and the West Coast games, for that matter, at 7 o'clock instead of 8:20, because I got a 10-year-old who's an avid baseball fan.
Yeah, baseball doesn't care.
Two innings, so who's
They don't
watching?
care.
But no one's watching the game at mid. No one's
they
watching
sold out
the
for
game.
money. They sold out for the TV contract.
No, the TV's not going to go anywhere if they
Yeah,
say
but who's
air
watching
them
the
at
games
7
on
o'clock.
FS1 and TBS too? Baseball doesn't care.
But they're not going to. But yeah, well, they should, because they're now the 3rd sport in America. They're
That's
they're
right.
dying a slow death.
Well, that's right.
Two areas,
For
sports.
for all the reasons we just talked about.
2 sports are growing its brand, and they're not. And this is a World Series full of young, exciting players.
Yes, it is.
Carstetter to throw on first down. Plenty of time. Deep on the sideline. Has a man, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Wright. Had him at midfield, but it fell to the turf. Nicely defended. O'Brien was on the coverage, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah,
Dangerous pass, though, by Carstetter.
Yeah, he can do it all, O'Brien. He can defend, he can kick, he's a playmaker on the offensive end. But I mean, back to your point, yes, this is exciting. Your son will talk about Mookie Betts like we talk about, David Ortiz or Jim Rice. This is introducing the next generation of Red Sox fans. But I don't think baseball really cares what time the games are played. Yeah, they've got their money.
Watch them for an inning and a half, and
they've got their TV money. They don't care.
See what happens the next time. 2nd and 10. Carstetter. Gonna throw again. Has time. Now he steps up. Throws a line drive, and it's caught. And they're saying yes.
Wow.
Beautiful catch by Wright right at midfield. That'll be a first down. That ball was zipped in. Now another official's coming in. I think they might overturn this.
I think it is too. I think that ball skipped up and hit the ground. Wow, they're going to give him the catch. They're going to give Wright the catch. He came back for it. Carstetter stepped up, Casey. I thought Carstetter was going to take off and run with it, but he fired the ball, and they're going to call it a catch. Okay.
That's going to be 1st and 10 at midfield. I'd love to see that one again because I thought one hit the ground. And when the other official came running up, I thought he was going to say, no, I saw it. But instead, they verified, and it'll be 1st and 10 Cromwell from midfield.
Tim Cook was right on top of that, so I'm sure you'll see.
Carstetter. Little inside handoff to Lockwood. Not much there. Nice job by the interior of the Valley line, knocking him around. It's going to be 2nd and 9 from the 49.
Coach Tim King standing down there at the 50-yard line looking over his defense. It always amazes me how you got 5 guys over there passing out hand signals, and which guy is the one you're really looking at?
I think you just tell them what you're doing, and you still have to execute it.
Yeah.
Carstetter set a little bubble screen. Has his man. That's Pepe. And he'll be close to a first down. He'll be a little bit short. They'll mark him at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, Pepe tackled by number 4, Garrett Watrous. Came out of his safety position, Casey. To be honest with you, Watrous was the only guy between Pepe and 6 points right there. Good tackle by number 4. 3rd and a long, I say a long 3, a short 4.
Let's call it a short 2.
It's a long 2. It's a short 3. All right.
Never been good with that.
You're good with numbers.
3rd down and more than a yard. 8:46 remaining. Carstetter's in the shotgun. Handoff. Lockwood. Lockwood he's going to get a flag. We're going to get a face mask out there, and he's going to get a first down anyway. And we'll see if that is a face mask that's going to be tacked on to the end of the run.
Yeah, it's that left side. They like to work that left side with Lockwood. Power football. A face mask or a hold.
Official signal. Going to get a hold against Cromwell. And that's a tough hold on 3rd and short. That's going to back him up. And that's the kind of thing you can't have. Now, here's a question for our producer, Peter Wappy. Have we ever had a game day tie?
On a live game?
Yeah.
I don't believe so. We've had overtime games.
Yeah.
The last tie I can remember going to was Montville boys soccer in the state championship game. The quirk of the high school soccer rule that they will end an overtime championship game in a tie.
Co-champions?
Yes.
Oh, that's not lame at all. Even the kids didn't want that. 3rd down and 10. Carstetter rolls right. Has time. Now he stops, throws across the middle, and it's incomplete. He had his man, Pepe, but it was knocked down. Nice defense by O'Brien, and it's going to bring up 4th and 10.
Yeah, Pepe is looking for a little pass interference that time. He thought he was bumped by O'Brien in the comeback pattern. And nice job that time on Ben Conrad on pressure on Carstetter. He had to throw it back across his body, try to hit Pepe, and O'Brien was right there, ball hawking.
there's enough people in this country who already make fun of soccer as it is, and I defend soccer.
I'm one of them.
All right? And I defend soccer.
Yeah, of course you do.
I have to tell you, soccer, if you're finishing your state championship games in a tie, you deserve all the criticisms that you get.
No defense for that, in my opinion.
No, that's brutal. Play a little longer. The punt from Pepe will sail out of bounds. The official will run down, and he'll start walking it back, and he walks past the 20 to the 21-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10, Valley. Ball at the 21-yard line of their time. They're on their side of the field. Cromwell, 7:57. They have not scored a point in quite a while now.
They owned the first half. I mean, it's 2 big long drives that took over 12 minutes. But, yeah, I think it's been about 6 minutes left to go in the second half. Or in the first half, I'm sorry, in the second quarter, since they scored a point.
So we'll send Santos.
I'm sorry, Casey. Time of possession on this in the second half is owned by Valley.
Arnhem is now in the backfield running the Wildcat. Arnhem gives it to Braga. Braga bounces it outside. Braga's in the open field, crosses the 30. Braga down the sideline and out of bounds as he crosses the 50-yard line. Big gain for Nick Braga.
You know, if Braga showed you the quick feet in the hole, that time he showed you the speed on the edge. Nice run by Braga. Good downfield block by O'Brien. Next thing you know, the Valley team is in business at their own 46-yard line. A little change of pace that time with Arnhem in the backfield as the quarterback.
I like that. You have to, it gives you the dual running threat, and Braga is very good at getting to the outside. He's very elusive. He's got a little bit of power, a little bit of speed, and he likes to go to that edge.
Get tremendous balance, too. He's in the hole or on the edge. Casey can make some plays. Good point.
Marked him out at the 46, so 1st and 10 Valley. Santos, ball's loose, down in the field, and it's recovered by Cromwell.
Oh, bad snap that time at the feet of Santos, Casey, is Cromwell recovers and comes up big.
Sophomore Mark Treglia with the recovery for Cromwell, and they are in Valley territory. A huge mistake for the Warriors.
Turnovers and penalties. Sound like a broken record.
7:23 remaining. Cromwell in fabulous position in Old Lyme Valley Regional territory. They are at the 42-yard line, and they have an opportunity to sort of sneak back into the lead if they can go down the field. So Nick Wright, bottom left. One-on-one down there. Karstetter. Time. Now he rolls to his right. He's going to keep it, and he'll be shoved out of bounds. After about 4, it'll be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, what Cromwell's trying to do right there, Casey, is run crossing patterns with Nick Wright, with Pepe, and a great job by the defenders. And Timmy King talked about his secondary being the strength of the ball club. And that time I saw it. I saw Wright going across the field, and the defender did not allow himself to get rubbed or taken out at all whatsoever. That's good defense. I mean, Karstetter, nothing. He had nobody to throw the ball to.
And I only gave him 2, so it'll be 2nd and 8. 7:16 remaining here in the ball game. 14-14, Cromwell, Portland, and Valley Regional Old Lyme. Karstetter, straight drop, has time. Deep down the sideline, it goes up, and it's just overthrown over the arms of Nick Wright, outstretched at the 10, incomplete, and Karstetter threw that ball on a rope. That was a heck of a throw, just over the top of Wright.
Yeah, a little double coverage that time. Safety helped by O'Brien, but they had Wright in the position where they wanted. That's a good throw. Just overthrew him a little bit. That was a big-time throw, actually, to the outside.
7 minutes and 10 seconds away. Big 3rd down, and just like that, momentum always ready to shift back and forth.
Yeah, and it's funny, those big pass plays like that, they're half a step away. You're a half a step. Good defense, good route run, good throw. Just couldn't connect.
So big 3rd down from the 41-yard line. Karstetter gonna throw. Has time this time. Deep over the middle, and it's almost intercepted.
Boy.
Incomplete. Right off the hands. But more importantly, coming up limping. Is the Valley defender.
There's Brian Rankin in coverage out there, number 8. Karstetter had his man. He had Hinkle on an inside release, Casey, and overshot him. They like to run that pass pattern where Hinkle lines up in the slot, and they run him down a little bit of a post. He takes it to the inside.
You got a nice roster there. We're going to talk about that in a second as well. Punt by Pepe is high, and it'll go out of bounds. Right around the 19-yard line.
Well, the penalty right there didn't hurt Valley. They got lucky. They dodged a big bullet right there. They just, Cromwell never got anything cooking that time offensively.
Yeah, the turnover doesn't come back to bite them. So we talked about the atmosphere at Valley Regional Old Lyme. You got the beautiful field. You got the Friday night lights. You got
cheeseburgers.
You got the hill, the cheeseburgers, the halftime Zumba. You've also got one of the best programs you're ever going to see. Valley Regional Old Lyme Warrior 2008 football. Defend the Hill. It's got everything you could want, including profiles of the entire Valley roster. I'll tell you, they do things the right way. Arnhem is going to do the Wildcat again. Keeps it himself. Cuts it inside. Now breaks a tackle. Heads to the outside. Arnhem crosses midfield. One man to beat, and he's shoved out of bounds by Justin Sturgis, but he crosses midfield. Down to the 45-yard line. Big play by Jalen Arnhem.
Yeah, the threat of Braga in the backfield pulled it out of his belly, and Arnhem did work himself, Casey. Huge run that time. Oh, and just like that, that's a big, big play.
6:47 remaining, and Valley Regional is now into Cromwell territory. And the Cromwell defense, which was so quick to the ball earlier in the game, showing a little bit of fatigue.
Yeah, a little tired up front. Same formation.
Wildcat. Arnhem stands at midfield. This time he gives it to Braga, and Braga is hit and dragged down. Cam Latronica got him in the backfield, and that's going to be a loss of 3.
Latronica off the defensive end position just kind of hunted him down and made a big-time tackle for a loss, 2nd down and 13. Latronica's been doing work off that left defensive end position all night long, Casey.
Yeah, he's been a menace. They have had a hard time blocking him. And that time, he chased down Braga. Loss of 3, 2nd and 13 from the 47.
A lot of hands on the hips out there right now for Cromwell on defense. They're a little gassed.
Santos back into the quarterback position. Now Arnhem goes in motion across the formation right to left. Toss outside to Braga. Braga bounces it outside, stays on his feet, cuts it back inside, and he'll get to about the 40-yard line. And that'll bring up 3rd, and we'll call it 5.5.
Well, you're thinking 2-down territory here at Casey if you're Coach Timmy King. 3rd down and 8. If they can pick up 4 or 5 yards here, would you go for it on 4th and 3?
Yes, I would in this position, but I'll tell you right now, it's definitely dangerous because you give great field position. But what are you going to do?
You're trusting your defense, though. With
Well,
the
punt it
defense
and
is playing
gain
lights out right now.
What are you going to do? Punt it and gain 15 yards? You know what I'm saying? It's
Right,
like-
that's what I'm saying. I mean, you're going to go for it.
Yeah, you're going to have to give it to you. It's a dangerous spot in the field to do it, but 3rd and 8 from the 42. Santos sends Braga in motion. Santos wants to throw. Bubble screen. Finds Arnhem. Arnhem tackled out in the open field. Nice job by Sturgis to get him as soon as he caught it, and it's right on the 40-yard line.
Boy, Sturgis had got a handful of his jersey and wouldn't let go. Great tackle that time by Sturgis.
4th and 6 from the 40, and it looks
They're gonna
like they're
punt.
going to punt. And I go back to the aforementioned, have we ever had a tie on game day?
I think we already answered that, did we not? I mean, you spent 3 minutes talking about that.
Peter said he doesn't think so.
No, well, I mean, I don't know. He's doing no homework. He's,
I cannot remember it.
he's archiving it right
I
now.
think most of the sports we cover will settle it in overtime.
Well, we're going to find out if these two teams are going to. O'Brien stands at the 45-yard line. Punt, beautiful punt. Bounces and takes a sideways bounce, and it'll be downed after it goes backwards. Takes a Cromwell bounce, and Cromwell will have it 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line with 4:46 remaining.
You notice now, whether it's high school, college, or NFL, nobody likes to punt the coffin corner anymore. Nobody directional punts. They always punt it down the middle, and hopefully one of the gunners or something like that can go down there and make a play. You notice that?
I have
Or is
noticed
it
this,
just
but
me?
in high school, they're just happy to get the punt off and get it down the field. They just want the kid to
What
kick
about
it
the coffin
forward.
corner?
Well, what corner? They can't reach the corner. They're only punting it 30 yards straight ahead, and that's with a good kicker.
Drives me crazy in college and NFL. And the guy boots the ball and goes in the end zone.
I wouldn't worry too much about it.
All
First
right.
down, Karstetter, gonna throw. Plenty of time. Deep over the middle, has his man right. and he completes it all the way up to midfield. Nick Wright, beautiful route, showing the speed, and a great throw from Karstetter.
Yeah, inside release that time by Nick Wright, and Karstetter delivered the goods, Casey. 35 yards on the pitch and catch, and they are in business right now. That was Karstetter's best throw of the game.
Yeah, he had plenty of time. He stepped into the throw, put a lot of zip on it, and he hit a very speedy right in stride.
You know, and Wright shielding the defender off with his body, holding him off on his hip. Big-time play right there.
1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Karstetter, handoff, cuts it inside, and a gain of about 4 yards on the play as Lockwood dragging people forward. It'll be a gain of almost 5.
And if I had to get into the head of Coach Randall Bennett right now, I got to be thinking I don't want to give the ball back to Valley Regional. I mean, let's chew the clock up. Let's do our work. Let's at least put ourselves in a position. We got a decent kicker. We got Pepe who can kick it
35,
from Old Saybrook. So,
yeah,
you know, let's try and put this game on ice right here. Stay aggressive, but put it on ice.
Yeah, if you can get to the 20-yard line, you can give your kicker a chance. 2nd and 5, 3:43 remaining. Karstetter over the middle and incomplete. He had Wright, but broken up on the play. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, playmakers make plays, and right now Karstetter's looking for either Wright or Hinkle. That time Wright, I mean, the ball was delivered right on his hands.
Yeah, O'Brien got a hand in. It's nice. That's one of those things where, you know, players make plays.
Yeah.
Well, defensive players make plays too. And O'Brien that time made the play.
It's a big 3rd and 6.
Yeah.
Let's call it. I'm not going to go with the short and long here.
Would you say it's safe to say that you've never been a part of an O'Brien being this complimented in a sporting event before?
We'll get back to that after this play.
Karstetter, 3rd and 6, gonna throw. Has time. Now he rolls right. Being chased by Watrous, throws, and it's incomplete as he had a little bit low for the intended target right. And that'll bring up 4th down in an interesting situation here for Cromwell Portland.
Well, we've seen Watrous do a little bit of everything tonight. He's played defensive back. That time he came off his linebacker position and put the pressure on Karstetter. Karstetter had a little comeback pattern there and a big 4th down here, like you said. Yeah, I've had a little praise and glory in my day.
4th and 6 from the 47-yard line. North Stonington Little League, we going back? Wheeler High School. Wheeler High School, that's right.
All ECC Division 6.
Yeah.
On the Ocho.
All right, big 4th down here.
4th and down, they're going to go for it. Karstetter in midfield. Look for a hard count here. And we're going to get a timeout from Valley.
They want to look at the formation, talk things over.
I don't get
The
a
delay a game. Oh, my goodness gracious.
that's pretty much cinches the punt that's coming now.
Yeah. 17 will roll back into the backfield now and probably kick. And listen, Coach Bennett did not want to give this ball back to Old Lyme.
No, they're going to give it
They're
back
going to go
now.
for it, aren't they?
They're going to still go for it on 4th and 10 from midfield.
Wow, this is a roll of the dice. No, they're bringing out the punt
Yeah.
formation now. You can't. You can't do that. You can't go.
And there goes Pepe back from it. He was
Yeah.
lined up wide out. Now he's sprinting to go back and kick it away. And Valley's going to get it back with about 3 minutes remaining here. A little under 3 minutes as Pepe takes the snap and punts it away.
Yep. Well, safety punt return put on that time by Valley.
And he punts it toward the right sideline, and it'll be marked at, they're walking it to about the 25 and see where he ends up spotting it, but 26-yard line.
To me, that's an intentional angle kick, not having any kind of return whatsoever. So there's somebody who can kick it to the pylon. There's somebody who can kick it to the corner. So it's a 25-yard line.
3 minutes to go on the dot. 14-14. Valley has it on the 25-yard line. Can they go? Now, they got a kicker that can bang it through, too.
Yeah.
But will they go for it? Will they try to put the pedal to the metal here with 3 minutes remaining?
Keep an eye on Braga in this set, Casey. He's made plays all game long.
Santos going to throw it. Little bubble screen to O'Brien. O'Brien needs a block. Stiff arms and a great tackle made on the edge by Kevin Hinkle. O'Brien had one little move to make, and he would have been off down the sideline, but instead, Hinkle holds him to a 4-yard gain.
Hinkle came off the block laid down by Braga that time, and Casey, like I said, made a shoestring tackle. It's just, it's that close of a game. It's that close of inches where O'Brien could still be running down the sidelines right now.
2nd and 6. 2:25 and counting.
Second down and 6.
Santos rolls left, wants to throw. No one there. Now he rolls back right, needs a block. If he can get to the outside, he's got some space. He's chased, and he's not going to get there. Beautiful job by middle linebacker Ismar Kandik, who came and got him for a loss. And that's going to bring up 3rd and long. And in the wrong direction goes Valley.
Yeah, Kandik kind of looks like Lawrence Taylor out there, number 55, hunting guys down.
And there's Santos on the sideline again. He came up limping earlier in the game. He's limping again, which means you're going to get Cox into the game. 3rd and 6. 3rd and 10 now from the 26-yard line. Dangerous spot here for Valley.
And Santos is limping badly on the sidelines down in front of us.
Yeah, he's in some pain right now, and they need to attend to him. And Cox is going to come into the game. The sophomore turned it over earlier in the game. 2:05 remaining here. It'll be 3rd and 10. Going to have to throw it. Puts Braga in motion. Cox going to throw. Hitch and go. Steps up. He had it, and he's sacked. Sacked by Flores. He had the hitch and go. He had Braga going down the sideline, but he couldn't get the pass off.
Yeah, good coverage that time, too, for the safeties for Cromwell, Portland. Would have been a tight window to get that ball on the Braga, but a big stand and a big stop here for the Panthers.
Timeout Cromwell. And I'll tell you, Ryan Santos on the sidelines right now for Valley Lyme. Can't put a whole lot of weight on his right ankle. He's definitely rolled it. So you're going to see Jack Cox. It's 4th down. They'll punt it away. And, you know, Cromwell can get this ball in decent field position, and they got a kid who can throw the ball. This thing is
and a kid that can kick it, too. So, I mean, a field goal, wins the game. I was kind of shocked that Arnhem didn't go back there quarterback because they had a little bit of magic working with him and Braga, but they decided to go with Cox instead, and they came up a little bit empty. I think the little bit of the Arnhem Braga thing was working on the outside, but nonetheless.
Well, I think that play was there. That was about a half a second away from being a good play, but Cox just didn't have a chance to get it off because the pressure got to him, and they shot Sturgis up from his safety position, and he was right in his face.
A couple finals for you. NFA 32, Fitch 21.
Wow. We right on the button.
Yep, we were there.
And East Lyme 33, New London 20.
Oh, wow. They turned it on late.
42-28 to Waterford over Stonington, it looks like. Just got that score in from a proud parent. Well, that's it. I'm sorry.
O'Brien's going to punt it away from the 10. Big, high kick, fair catch. Comes down to right. And it'll be in Valley territory. So Cromwell with 144 has it at the 45-yard line.
I think it's safe to, I'm sorry.
Stonington winning that game.
Stonington winning the, wow. So there was a disgruntled Waterford parent. It's safe to say that Fitch's playoff hopes have all been dashed, I would think, with that loss to NFA.
All is, and so are New London's. It is now Killingly as the lone ECC representative.
So Killingly in NFA in a couple weeks, which I think we're going to be at November 9th. That's got the makings of a huge football game.
And that's Killingly with the only chance to make it, and NFA as a school that has really dominated the ECC.
Yeah.
But played a great out-of-conference game.
That's a fun game.
So here we go. First down, Cromwell and Portland. Carstetter going to throw. Has time. Plenty of time. Now he throws it deep and overthrows everybody. The official was the nearest target. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
He had Wright going down the middle of the field. Like you said, he overshot everybody, but the offensive line held up Casey and gave Carstetter plenty of time. I don't think that they need to sell out here. I think they can stick with their stuff, maybe run the football a little bit. They still have 2 timeouts left. I mean, they don't need to get 30 yards in one play.
No, you can go 10 yards at a clip. You only need a couple first downs, and you're right in the field goal range, or at the very least, a chance to put it into the end zone. We'll see how they want to approach it.
Just talking about playoff, the lack of playoff teams in the ECC. This final minute and a half here, big playoff implications for both of these teams.
6 and 7 respectively. Valley is 6 and Cromwell 7 in Class S.
Carstetter rolls right. He's going to look to throw. Throws back across the middle of the field. Has a complete. That's right. And it'll be a first down, and the clock will stop at the 31-yard line.
Again, coverage breaking down. Ben Conrad with the pressure. on Carstetter. He stepped up and delivered the goods. What a throw to Nick Wright, who's had a huge second half here tonight.
Yeah, they've taken away Hinkle, and Wright has been the man. Carstetter quickly up on the ball, 1:20, and the clock is ticking. Carstetter throws it behind Wright, and he was thrown to the ground, no flag. And Conrad was surprised that he was on the ground. I don't think he thought he did anything. Maybe a little
thank you tap after the throw.
maybe a little dramatic, maybe a little let's just say maybe a little Marcus
Flop.
Marcus Smart action
Marcus
down there.
Smart action down there, yeah. Boy, they looked good last night in the third quarter. Ooh.
Not the only quarter that they did look
That's
good.
all right.
It was enough.
Wins a
It was
win.
enough.
Yeah, wins
It was enough. Against an 0-14.
Oh, chemistry. We're going to work out the chemistry with that team.
Well, Kyrie's got to realize that he should just be the man and stop stop deferring. Go be the man.
Yeah.
Gordon will figure it out.
Yep.
Tatum's a second-year guy. We'll be all right. Just go be the man. Second and 10. Ball at the 33-yard line. Tie ball game, 117. Carstetter has lots of time. Deep zone. Throws it in the middle. Has Wright. It's tipped, and it's incomplete.
Oh, boy, Wright wants that one back, Casey. Right off his hands at the 5-yard line. What a great throw by Carstetter. Nick Wright just couldn't come down with the ball.
Carstetter couldn't have thrown it better. Hit right in the hands. O'Brien was there to kind of mess with it a little bit. That would have been right inside the 5-yard line. Instead, 3rd and 10 with 1:10 remaining.
Oh, that was a big-time throw. Carstetter's got a huge arm. He threw that ball on a rope, too.
Yeah, he can throw
Yeah,
it.
he can sling it. Big third down here for this Valley defense. Out of field goal range right now is Cromwell.
And you got to figure they got 2 downs here, and we're going to get a timeout.
If Valley's going to call, Cromwell's going to call timeout.
They
Play
got
clock was getting down. I'm sorry.
2 downs to get 10 yards, because you're gonna go for it on 4th down here
Yes.
as well. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning, by the way. No score over there in Dodgerland.
You know, Nick Wright has played a tremendous second half. Like you talked about, Hinkle carrying the load on the bubble screen in the first half and whatnot. Boy, but they like Wright out there. He's, like you said, he's big. He's athletic. He's strong. He can go get it. He wants that ball back on the last play, but he's played a tremendous second half.
I don't know what the size. I don't know what they give you for a size on Carstetter, but he can really throw the football. He's got a really strong arm, and I don't think the Cromwell roster has sizes on it, but Carstetter can throw it.
Says here 5'10", 180. He looks a little bit bigger than 5'10" from the booth.
And 5'10", 180 is big enough for him to go on and play football someplace, so he can throw the ball.
Nick Wright, 6'1", 175. Hinkle, 5'10", 160, a bit of a burner.
By the way, you realize how many big receivers we've seen in the mind? If you were 6'1" back when we were in high school, you were playing on the line.
I was.
That's right. Where'd you play? Where'd you play?
No, I didn't play. I didn't play football.
Did Wheeler have a football team?
No.
Oh, sorry about that. Actually,
Oh, soccer team won state championship in '88.
were you on that team?
I was graduating.
Okay. 3rd and 10. Carstetter to throw. Straight drop. Has time. Now he's pressured, and he's going to be sacked.
And he's taken down.
Garrett Watrous.
Garrett, number 4, Watrous.
Wow, what a big sack that time by Watrous. Ben Conrad, number 52, and Watrous said, let's meet at the quarterback, and they did. What a huge stop right there by Valley.
It's going to bring up 4th and almost 20 yards. Ball's at the 38. Such a long down and distance, and they're going to send Pepe out to punt because if they don't get it, they don't want to give that time. But I'm almost thinking they might still give it a shot.
Watrous done a little bit of everything tonight on the defensive end of the ball for Timmy King. He plays in pass coverage. He can slide up and rush the quarterback. He is one of those guys, Casey, as a coach you love to have. He's a football player. He reminds you of Garrett Burdick a few years ago that was here. Just kind of did a little bit of everything. And you're shocked that they're punting here.
I am, because I really don't think that 52 seconds is enough for Old Lyme, the way that they run their offense. I don't think they're a big throw it down the field team. So I'd rather have Carstetter try to get 20 yards here and win this football game. But they're going to send Pepe out to punt it. He's going to punt it away right from midfield. And he's going to kick it
He's going to punt to the
nowhere
right
near
side. No, he's going to
kick
punt it to the right side, out of bounds.
Yeah, he gives him
I
a
was
chance. Comes down and it's taken at the 10 by Arnhem. Arnhem wrestled down at the 20-yard line, and it'll be 41 seconds away for the Warriors.
I thought Arnhem had something brewing up that left side. He had a lane and a good stop and a good open field tackle by Portland. But I thought it was a mistake to punt it to somebody.
I agree that it was a mistake, and Arnhem did have something going, but Cromwell Portland's got good team speed, and they close on those plays very, very quickly.
Well, here you got 41 seconds left to go in the game. You're probably, from 20, 40, 50 yards, 55 yards away from field goal range.
Let's just get ourselves, unless they turn it over, we should prepare ourselves for extra football.
How about 55 yards? Can I get a big play here to O'Brien?
Santos, let's find out. He's going to hand it off to Braga. Braga has a first down. That'll move the chains, and he'll go out of bounds. First down, 34 and almost 35 seconds remaining in the ball game. That's a good start. So we're going to get a whistle on the field. What do we got?
Cromwell wouldn't call time. I mean,
No.
whole line
this is
wouldn't
on
call
the, This is
timeout.
on the officials. This is the officials. They're just getting their act together, and it seems like they have it figured out. Cox back into the game at quarterback for Valley.
Clock's running. Tim King can't believe the clock is running because he thought Braga ran out of bounds.
Yeah,
And he's screaming down there.
now he's yelling and screaming. We're going to get the officials talking about this.
Well, I think he's right. You see Kevin Woods down there, too. I thought Braga ran out of bounds, and they would wind the play clock, Casey, but not the game clock. And if that's the case, they got to put up at least 6 seconds back on the clock. 34 seconds, so you're talking almost 7 seconds ran off the clock for nothing. There we go. We got to talk about this.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Now we're going to call a timeout. St. Valley's calling a timeout.
Well, if Braga ran out of bounds, then you stop the clock and you don't wind it again till the snap. If he wasn't tackled in bounds, I don't understand that. I mean, you want to help me out with that?
I don't have an answer for you. It doesn't make any sense to me, and I'd like to know. I'd like to know what the officials, what their thought process was.
I think Tim King still wants an explanation at some point, and so doesn't Kevin Woods, who's one of the coordinators down there. They're on the linesman. Timmy King has got his arms up. Now he's got his hands on his face, throws his hands down in disgust. I'm doing play-by-play for a coach.
Jock Peterson home run has put the Los Angeles Dodgers on top 1-0 in the bottom of the third inning, and Justin Turner followed up with a double, two outs, man on second. Little screen pass out in the flat. It goes to Arnhem. Arnhem cuts it back inside, heading towards the sideline, tries to get out of bounds, and he does. He'll be out of bounds at the 40-yard line. I still don't know exactly. I still don't know what the answer.
Why they
to that
lost
is.
7 seconds?
I don't know.
You want to try and figure it out together here in the booth?
If they're going to say that his forward progress was stopped,
Yeah, but he wasn't tackled in bounds.
I understand.
He was out of bounds.
I understand. It was on the far sideline. I can't see that far. Something happened. I mean, what
He wasn't even tackled. He ran out of bounds. He was forced out of bounds.
Right, but I don't have an answer for you. So what do you want to do? You want to make one up? I understand.
I want an explanation. I mean, if you can't give it to me, I'm going to get one after the game.
Oh, there you go. That's what I like. Go get it. Get it, doctor.
No, I'm serious.
I am too. Sports journalism
Tim
at its
King
finest.
about that.
Sports journalism at its finest. Here we go. Gonna throw over the middle, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Nick Wright. Wright still on his feet. Wright cuts it back inside. He's down at the 35-yard line with under 10 seconds remaining.
The price is right that time on the interception by Nick Wright. Turning the tides here for Cromwell, Casey, with just 9 seconds left to go in this ball game.
The sophomore, Jack Cox, with a throw over the middle of the field, and he just didn't account for Nick Wright. And now Cromwell has a chance to get a playoff here at the Valley 35-yard line with under 10 seconds remaining.
Now, do you pump one deep and try and get a flag, or do you try and get one for 10 yards, spike it, and get a first down?
Well, they can call timeout, right?
Timeout. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I think you run it to the 20-yard line, try to get a timeout, and then if you don't get any yards, then you go and throw the Hail Mary the next time. Carstetter. He rolls. The play's already broken down. There he throws it to the sideline. Has his man out of bounds is right at the 15-yard line with 4 seconds remaining.
Wow.
32-yard field goal. Pepe's got the leg. Are they going to give him a shot at it?
Oh, yeah, here they come. Here they come.
The ball is just on the other side of the 15-yard line. 4 seconds remaining, and we're going to get a chance at Matt Pepe's going to get a chance at a field goal to win what would be a wild one here at Valley Regional.
How about the throw by Karstetter, too? On a dime. Nick Wright, big second half. Handful of catches, interceptions, runbacks. Can do it all out there.
Now, we've seen Pepe with a field goal attempt earlier in the game. He has the leg. He'll be on the near hash, so it's a little bit different. Last time he pulled it left. He's going to have to avoid that kicking from this hash.
Now, the thing is, too, with that much distance behind his kick, Casey, he's got to get that ball up quick. The offensive line has got to do work, keep the defense out of there, big push up front, and get that ball up quick.
So we've got Matt Pepe with a 32-yard field goal. He makes it. Cromwell wins. He misses it. We go to overtime. And a whistle.
Little ice job there, I think.
Timeout. As Cromwell, Portland says, oh, but Valley Regional ices. A little ice action.
Yeah. Timmy King, the old sly Timmy King, putting the kicker on ice. Is that fair? Putting a high school kicker on ice?
Yes.
It is.
Why is it not fair?
All right.
I'm not sure. Again, you use that word. What's not fair about it?
I'm just asking a question.
But the rules aren't used differently against different people. That's the definition of fairness.
Okay.
So it's fair. You're asking whether or not it's a rule that should exist. You do not like the rule?
I don't like the rule.
Okay, that's okay. Do you like the rule in the professional ranks?
Not really, no.
Okay.
I just think it's foolish.
Okay.
In my opinion.
So let me ask you a question.
Yes.
3 seconds remaining in the national championship game.
Yeah.
Notre Dame calls timeout as Alabama's about to kick the field goal. Alabama then kicks it, misses it wide left, and Notre Dame wins the national championship. How are you feeling about the rule?
Great move.
Okay, just making sure.
All
Just
right,
making
all
sure
right.
you're honest.
This is why we're together here.
This is why I just want to make sure you're
All
you're
right,
keeping it clean,
All right,
sports
here we
doctor.
go.
All right.
Big kick right here. Ball game.
Matt Pepe, the sophomore. Ball will be spotted at the 23-yard line.
4.1 seconds. That's
on
the
the
one on the
clock.
clock. 4.1. Look at that. You're in the game.
Great job by our clock operator as well, by the way. Our
These guys are here. They're
crew's done a great job up here tonight.
tight up here in this booth.
PA announcing, the clock, the officiating.
National anthem.
Tell you what, the Madrigals were the best. Started the whole thing off of the night. Matt Pepe wants to sing a song. He's got a chance to win it right here from 32 yards. It is up. It is plenty long enough, and it is no good. Wide left by an inch. Plenty of leg. It would have been good from 50, but Pepe just slid it left, and we've got extra football.
Did you see that off the left side of the line?
I thought.
Did you see
I
that,
thought
Peter?
there was an offsides.
Yeah,
there.
that's what I'm trying to say. I mean,
I thought
boy,
there was an offsides.
oh boy, Valley was. They had a guy. I don't know if it was Arnhem or Watrous or one of those low number guys was about 4 steps across the line of scrimmage before that ball was snapped.
And how about that kick by that thing was good from 50
Oh, it was good from
yards.
old Sabrick. Yeah, I mean, I listen. I don't want to say anything, but the Valley was offsides. I guess it just did say something. They were offsides clearly on that kick.
So we're going to get a coin toss here.
Yeah.
Teams are going to alternate possessions 1st and 10 from the 10.
Isn't that first and goal?
Yeah, first and goal
First
from
and
the
goal
10.
from the
Okay,
10.
just making
Okay,
sure they
so is
can't
it-
get a first down.
Right.
Okay.
Is there one possession each, and then that's it?
They will repeat until there's a winner.
Okay, so there's no tie score.
No tie score.
Right.
After, I believe, after 3 rounds of if the game
Right.
it remains tied after 3 sets of possessions,
Yeah.
they will be forced to go for 2.
Okay.
When does it become rock paper scissors? After the 7th time
Yeah.
of going for 2, we go to rock paper scissors.
They're going to start pulling guys off the field. It's going to be 6-on-6 like field hockey.
Like the passing, we'll go to the passing league, right? The
Yeah.
no rush, 7-on-7
Yeah,
passing
that's
league.
perfect. I love the passing league, by the way.
Well, you know.
What a good football! What a good football game! What a.
I'm not sure I'd call it a good football game.
No,
but it's a competitive game. It's tied.
It's an entertaining football game. How's
It's
that?
tied, but I think both coaches right now feel like their guys have left a lot of points on the field.
Yeah, a lot of meat on the bone out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we'll get a coin flip to determine who gets the first crack at it. So do you want it first or do you want it second? Do you want to be the team that goes, you want to defend
Yeah, I want to
first?
defend first. That I do like. I always, it's kind of like you want the last at bat or not. What would you rather have?
You don't think you want to go and stuff it in and say, yeah, go ahead and score now?
No. I like to know what I need to do to win the game.
How about if you have a defense that's playing very well or a defense that's particularly tired? Does that factor in?
If
you're Cromwell, how you feeling about your defense right now? If you're how does Valley Lyme feel?
Well, I guess if you thought you had the stronger of the defenses, if you trusted your guys that much, then you put them on the field first. But I don't. I would no. But if I had a choice, I would want to defer. So.
Garrett Watrous is out at midfield. He's going to find out if they get the ball first or not.
And Kerstetter out there.
You got Robida and
we have the Jerome Bettis heads, tails. Valley won the coin toss.
Tails never fails. Except every time I've ever called tails, I've lost the toss. So
remember the Jerome Bettis deal? He did that on
no.
national TV?
I don't.
Where he called heads and it came up heads.
Yeah.
And the referee said, "Okay, it's tails. You called tails." He said, "No, I called heads." You don't remember that?
I do not.
He was playing for the Steelers. I think it was against the Colts. I don't know if
right.
Peter remembers that or not. You don't remember that either. You guys don't know. You guys have a history of sports. It's terrible.
That is an obscure.
I will send you that.
That's an obscure nugget.
I will send you that. That was a long time ago too. I think it was against the Colts or something like that.
That is
The Jerome
an
Bettis
obscure
rule.
nugget.
I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna send it to you later.
That is. Listen. My memory, my RAM, my internal RAM only has so much storage.
Yeah. No, I have a lot of useful knowledge about useless things.
Man, I'll tell you, you'll be my phone a friend if I ever get a meaningless
trivia. That was a meaningless game too. It was tremendous. But Valley won the coin toss.
This quarterback once fumbled the ball after hitting the backside of the offensive lineman in front of him.
All right, so now in this situation, Valley's a little bit challenged right now because their quarterback is out. Right?
Well,
Santos is on the sidelines.
He's still limping. He's on the sidelines right now. I would not be surprised to see them go Wildcat with Arnhem down here. That's a good formation at this point.
Arnhem and Braga,
yeah.
Little mix out there, a little thunder and lightning on the outside.
And if they want me to give them a play that would absolutely work, a guaranteed play,
sure,
it would be the Wildcat, right? And run the reverse to the wide receiver, and then wide receiver throws it back to the quarterback right now, who's Arnhem.
It's perfect, yeah.
Touchdown right there.
I think that plays in the playbook.
You're the bottle cap. You're going to go to the corner of the parking lot and turn it to Chevy.
Yeah.
So one other important rule here: defense cannot score. Interception or a fumble recovery is an immediate dead ball.
Possession is over.
Right.
Okay.
That's good to know because that was a definite possibility going into this. So
we're all working overtime.
With your play call, especially.
That's why now even more than ever.
There you go.
1st and 10. It's going to be Cromwell first. Carstetter rolls right. Has time, throws it, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Killam. And that looks like there's a flag on the play.
Is that a hold against Cromwell?
See,
that's devastating. Ineligible receiver downfield. So what do? You decline that and have it 2nd down and goal from the 10, or do you push him back and have 1st and goal from the 15?
I think I would decline it. I would understand taking the yards, but down here, I think I would decline. Well, you know why you're going to take it too is because
of Pepe's leg.
Yeah, you're gonna. I think I'd keep it. I would have kept it where it was and declined it, but I'm not the coach, and I understand. I don't think it's either way is a huge difference. Give him the extra down 5 yards. 1st and 15. 1st and goal from the 15. We're in overtime here at Valley Regional. The Warriors and the Cromwell Portland Panthers tied at 14. Casey O'Neill and the sports doctor Keith O'Brien as we've got ourselves an overtime classic. Carstetter rolls right. Gonna throw. Has his man complete. And run out of bounds. It's Killam. That'll be 2nd down. Ball's going to be at just outside the 5. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 5.
Yeah, a little bit of a clear-out pattern that time for Killam. Casey, they send wide receivers deep into the end zone, slip Killam into the flat, and if a good throw there by Carstetter, Killam might have scored a touchdown. He had to reach down and grab it.
Always interesting when in these kinds of situations, does the coach have a play or two that they haven't run that to show you something different? Or have you seen something you like so much, you're just going to go to it again?
Look for Lockwood here off the left side with a little power run.
That's how they scored their 2 touchdowns. There's Lockwood. Lockwood has a hole, cuts it back inside, and it's closed quickly. Nice pursuit that time. Watrous with the tackle.
Oh, he's played a big ball game out there as Garrett Watrous. Again, that play was there, Casey, that little power run off the left side for Lockwood. And Watrous, again, filled the gap that time from his linebacking position.
Yeah,
big stop.
When you called it and Lockwood took the handoff, I thought that was going to be a big play, and Watrous closed it quickly. So now we're going to have 3rd and goal, and the ball is, let's call it the 4-yard line.
Boy, look for Conrad to put some pressure up front here on Carstetter.
They're going to roll him right. Quarterback keeper straight up the gut, dives for the end zone. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Touchdown into the end zone.
Bryce Carstetter that time on the cutback, Casey. They sprinted him out to the outside. He turned it upfield, stuck his head down, and got 6. What a huge run by the quarterback. Again, I like that power football off the right side and knowing when to cut it back at the exact time. Big extra point right here.
So Pepe, who's been perfect on the extra points, he's over 2 in field goals, having missed both field goals by a combined yard.
Yeah, from 55 yards. Both those field goals were, 35-yarder, and I think it was a 25-yarder.
And he's just missed both. Now his extra points have been true. Snap is good. Hold is down. Kick is up. And it is good. And that was a smart play by Pepe because the rush was on, so he didn't care that the snap wasn't down yet. So he didn't get a clean kick.
Yeah.
Full leg, but he got it through.
Almost like a little pooch up through the uprights.
And so now Valley Old Lyme is going to have to answer as Cromwell has put a touchdown onto the board. They'll have it 1st and 10, 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
Boy, a nice job rallying off that penalty too, Casey. An eligible receiver downfield on that first down. Was 1st and 15. It hit Killam in the flat. They ran the ball with Lockwood up the left side, and Carstetter cleaned up the business and took it in for himself for a touchdown there. Again, sometimes you got to overcome. You got to overcome yourself on the road, and that time the Panthers did it.
So we'll see what they can do. They are going to go Wildcat. Arnham's going to play quarterback. And we'll see if he does the Wildcat or if they actually let him throw the football. Going to keep it himself. Bust it straight up the middle. That's a nice gain on 1st down. Crosses the 5.
Offensive line moving bodies again on a little RPO that time. Took it from Braga's belly. Got on his right guard, on his hip, and took it up a good gain on 1st down. Will be 2nd and goal from the 4, looks like.
Normally you'd want to make Arnhem throw the ball. If they had to go up the field, you'd want him to make him throw the ball. But he's enough of a run threat. He and Braga alone, 5 yards out, is enough to make you uncomfortable here.
This is a good spot for him right here.
2nd and goal from the 5. Keeps it himself again, and he's brought down by Laconica from behind. Latronica that time. He has been a beast from his defensive end position. Cam Latronica, only a sophomore. And now a big 3rd down from the 6-yard line for Valley Old Lyme. And who comes out onto the field? But Ryan Santos.
Let's see what you got. A little Willis Reed action right here from Santos. Back into the game. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if he ran the football here either.
No. Senior leadership on display now with Santos. Braga in the backfield. Santos gonna throw. Time. Corner route. It's up in the air, and it's tipped away at the very last second. Beautiful play made in the secondary.
There's your guy Pepe in the corner over there. Huge play. Number 17 knocking that ball away at the last second.
And it all comes down to this. 4th and goal. We're going to get a timeout on the field by Valley. They need to either score and make the extra point, or this game is over. And even if they do, we keep going.
Yeah, all right. How about a 2-man pass pattern on the right-hand side do a little crossing pattern with O'Brien, make that same throw, but try and get single coverage. We've seen that earlier in the game where O'Brien was the only man that could catch the ball in the corner of the end zone. Playmakers make plays. I'm going to go number 2 right here.
Yeah, there's only 3 people who are allowed to touch the ball on this play. Whoever the quarterback is, Braga or O'Brien.
Yes.
Nobody else is allowed to touch the ball. I like that little wheel route with Braga and send O'Brien one-on-one pattern, but they're the only guys allowed to touch the ball here. So 4th down and goal. Ball's on the 6-yard line. Cromwell is ahead 21-14. We are in overtime. So Valley Regional is attempting to match the touchdown that Cromwell scored on their possession in this overtime period. It has been a very close game the entire way through. Portland to Cromwell jumped out to a 14-0 lead. Valley Old Lyme came back to tie it, and we are in overtime. Santos will play quarterback. Braga in the backfield. In motion, O'Brien, and we're going to get a whistle.
You get a timeout, Cromwell?
I'm going to get a timeout. Delay game. Nope,
No,
false start.
There you go.
False start, so that's going to make it 4th and 11. And I think that was going to be a direct jet sweep with O'Brien. Mm-hmm.
All right, we talked about leaving a lot of meat on the bone out there for both these teams in this game with either turnovers and or penalties and not being able to capitalize. You saw it right there.
4th and 11. O'Brien in motion. O'Brien gets it. He wants to throw it. Throws it back to Santos, and it falls short. He was open, but it falls to the turf. And a jubilant Cromwell Portland Panther team is dancing. And Valley Regional could not defend the hill. 21-14 Panthers in a thrilling game here at Richard Blythe Field. Randall and the boys, Coach Randall Bennett, the Cromwell Portland Panthers with the upset. They give Valley Regional their first loss of the season, 21-14.
You can ask our fans on the hill just to look down and pick up a little trash.
As always, the sports doctor will have post-game interviews with the head coach Randall Bennett, as well as featured players. Join us on Thursday, November 1st, as we will bring you the ECC Soccer Championships, both girls and boys, from East Lyme High School. 4:30 and 7 o'clock are the 2 start times. A thriller here at Valley Regional Old Lyme, 21-14. Cromwell wins in overtime. For Peter Wappy and the crew and the sports Dr. Keith O'Brien, I am Casey O'Neill saying good night, everybody.